And we're live. Hello, one, hello, all. Welcome to this patron exclusive stream. This is where patrons of the channel. Um, the audio is really heavy, Dalton.
Yeah, you're echoing on me big time.
Are we close to the speakers?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, do you have the website on in the background? Is that it?
I just turned the volume down.
Okay, that might be it. Okay.
Yeah, it made a big difference.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
all right. We ran a little late. Technical difficulties. There are those who have asked to take part. Just you have my Skype information. You have information on the Patreon website. By all means, hit me up there. But I have Dalton, I have Cassie, and I have Cecil. In that order. On the what you're looking at, the top. Man, how does this work? I don't know how to do it in reverse. So top left is Dalton. Dalton, why don't you say hi?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Okay, hi. What's going on? And to his right is Cassie.
Hello.
Hi there. And below her is Cecil.
What up?
Cecil, welcome to the channel.
Thank you. It's been a long time.
Yeah. So, dealer's choice, I guess. How are you guys doing on? We'll start how everybody's doing on this Saturday, and
Okay.
we'll let the rest take us wherever.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, see now.
I'll go.
Oh. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
doing
All right.
great. I'm doing great.
Okay. So. Well, Felix, you got to take your do not disturb thing off. I cannot add you to this thing because you have your do not disturb thing on. So it's impossible for me to add you to this call with your do not disturb red blocky thing on. I'm not the government trying to to spy on you. You got to let me in. So I'm sorry. Somebody was talking about Cassie. How was your Saturday?
Oh, it's just been good. I've been relaxing. I went to Subway and got a wrap.
Okay.
And I haven't really done much else today, actually. I played around online a little bit. That's about it. I did a little house cleaning like your wife, but I haven't made a sandwich yet for anybody. So
Don't say that like my wife. I don't want. I clean too sometimes. I don't make her do everything, even though my dinner's late.
yeah.
Dalton, how about you?
She's asking for it again.
Not bad. I've been sleeping all day until I got at work at 6, and I don't get off until 6, so I'm stuck at work. So.
Oh,
Third
you're
shift,
at work
third
right
shift.
now.
Yes.
Third shift.
But
that's-
it's just me. I'm just by myself. So.
Oh, that's hardcore. I like getting paid to BS.
Yeah, I get to sit on my ass and get paid to watch YouTube. So.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Better than
And if
getting paid
you're
to
a
do
night
YouTube.
owl, that's even better.
Yeah.
And Cecil, how about you?
Doing great, buddy. Thanks for asking.
Anything new since yesterday? That,
No, didn't get any messages from anyone, although I'd be surprised if you didn't.
I didn't.
Oh, really?
I actually
Okay.
didn't.
All right.
Yes,
No,
I
I'm
should
doing okay. My work appointments were a little bit of BS today, but that happens sometimes. So it is what it is. I got my cool light box in the mail, so I took some B-roll of some stuff I've been waiting for. So yeah, it's been a good day.
That's sweet, productive. And I've just been I don't know. No, I haven't been fielding messages, believe it or not, but I've been dealing with ripples of last night.
Really? Can we talk about it? What ripples?
Yeah. I mean, I'll be the first to say what happened on last night's stream wasn't pleasant. It wasn't. I mean, I'm sure there's Jerry Springer entertainment value to it, but it's kind of sad that stuff happened the way it did, and the way it played out, and I don't I'm more confused right now. And there he is. Now I got to add him. I'm more confused now than I was beforehand, and that kind of frustrates me. And I don't think any of us would say that we're proud of anything yesterday. I don't know, unless I'm wrong.
No, I mean, I'm not necessarily proud of it, but I'm
Were
not
you guys
necessarily upset about what happened either.
Were you guys like cussing each other out, fighting? Is that what was going on?
Oh,
or-
it got pretty heated.
Yeah, there was some of that.
Ooh.
Felix, don't
Yeah.
talk. I
Let me.
can't.
No, I'm going to shut down my phone real quick because
Oh.
I have two Skypes open, so my phone's bogarting the Skype. I gotta
Okay.
turn it on
Okay.
my laptop.
Okay. Okay. So that was Felix, but he will be
Felix?
back. Yep. So yeah, Dalton, you brought it up. I don't know if you have questions that you want to answer, or questions you want answered, or would you prefer to just talk movies? Because
It don't really matter to me. I don't give a shit either way. It was.
I love you. I love you for the record.
Yeah. Obviously, I mean, I have no idea what was going on. Obviously,
Yeah.
I know. I had no idea about Dino. I knew the Lee stuff, but not Dino. So when Dino
Which
came
is
in,
funny.
when Dino came in, I was like, "Whoa, what?" So I was just sitting back and just enjoying the show. Yeah.
Yeah. That's just one way to put it. Enjoying the show.
I knew something was going on last night because it kept showing you were live, and this.
Yeah.
And I
It
went.
was
and spent
5
time-
hours.
Oh yeah, okay. Because I went and laid down in bed with the fiance, the man, and that was a
The
couple
man?
hours. And then I came back, and you guys were still on, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Whoa, what in the hell am I missing tonight? What's going on?"
We were like
Y'all were getting catty.
oh,
Yeah, a
Caddy
little
would
bit.
be polite. Yeah.
Dino and I were getting a little catty. I don't, but I
Yeah.
don't care. I was beyond caring at that point, honestly. I wasn't gonna let him filibuster. I wasn't gonna let him try and fucking snow anyone when I knew he was full of shit. So I just called him out on his stuff.
That's because makes you a good friend.
It's just strange. It's just I don't know. It wasn't pretty. I know it wasn't pretty. Like I said, nothing was really solved.
Right.
Nobody really. Hi, Felix. Felix, you're officially here. How are you?
Awesome.
you're all set on your computer and everything.
Yeah.
I see like half your face.
Really?
Yeah, I see half of Felix. Like
He's good. He's good
like-
on ours.
like.
Oh, because you're on your phone.
Oh yeah. That makes a difference.
Okay. All right, and Cecil just DOA'd. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So I mean, the long and short of it is, I'll give a quick summary because I guess a lot of people didn't have context to the situation. We lost a heavy amount of support in one fell swoop. But both of us, both Emily and myself, and I didn't really care about myself so much, and I was being fed information that correlated with a certain attitude, a certain charisma that was, or lack of charisma, I guess I should say, a certain attitude towards me and things that were happening behind the scenes, and other things happened behind the scenes where it all kind of pointed to there was questions that I had that needed to be answered, and they weren't answered yesterday, and it appears that Dino had taken the new direction of show business incredibly hard, and I'm not saying that that he shouldn't. I understand if he felt a certain way about the show. I tried my best to tell him that there was, it was 1 hour on Monday. I was trying to do a certain thing about it, which coming from me, it should mean something to anybody who knows me and my mouth. The fact that I was trying to do this in a PG-13 light should have said something to somebody. I wanted it to be tight and just different, more informative, less like this, less just hang out BSy and more tight.
Yeah.
And he took it personally, and I didn't want him to. There was somebody else who I had to, technically let go from the show as well, and I thought he was going to take it personally, and he didn't. So it just became this big thing, to where somebody who was supporting a lot of channels apparently was getting into a discussion back and forth with Dino, and I mean I had a screen grab from one of them, and Dino did not want to talk about any of it, and just seemed to I don't know, to me it felt like he was dodging a simple question, and there was a point where I asked him yes or no, and he couldn't answer yes or no, and that's where I kind of
That was
lost.
hilarious.
Yeah, like it's just frustrating, like dude, I just he made it about him being hurt, and I understand that. Like, again, everybody knows the Lee situation. I am the hurt in the Lee situation, so I get his stance. I really do. But I just wanted an explanation as to like what got him to where he's talking to other people and influencing such a massive wave, and all he wanted to talk about was the fact that he would get notified and not what the conversation itself was. And
Right.
there were other details that I actually left out. I mean, it was pretty candid last night, but there were still details that only came out towards the end there, that this same supporter had been complaining to me, or I don't know. Apparently, complaining isn't the word that should be used. Apparently, bickering, just letting off some steam is the better way to put it. I please don't hold me to my terminology, but
Okay.
this person had been letting off steam about things that Dino was doing, and then everything came.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
Sorry.
Cecil, I'm having a serious discussion, and you bring some
Sorry.
pussy into it.
Oh.
Can't help it. I always
What's your
go to it.
cat's name? What's your cat's name? Just really quick. I'm a crazy cat lady, so
Ugh.
love.
That was Kitty Rose, and
Kitty Rose, get out of here.
and then this is
yeah.
Thorn.
Oh, you got a ginger kitty too. Oh,
Yeah,
you
so those are the two kitties. Anyway, back to it, CP. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
I have a bit of limited time here, CP. So I want you to finish up your setup, and then if you want
Well,
any input from me, I'll give it, and then I gotta bounce.
You know what, Cecil? That was part of it too. You were there for a reason, and that was kind of the icing on the cake, because Dino and you had a discussion, a couple of days ago, where he was denying things that that I can certainly speak to the opposite.
Veracity of, yeah.
Yeah, and that never came to fruition because I don't know.
No, I brought it up, but then he started filibustering. That's when he was doing that whole grown man bullshit where he's like, "Can anyone just mute this guy? Like, can we just?" That's the problem. He shut down immediately as soon as I started chiming in because I was presenting all the arguments that made all the sense. And that's what was like known in the comments. Like everyone's like, Dino is just hanging himself. This is crazy. So yeah, it was pretty nuts as far as that goes. So I was just sort of laying on my arguments, and Dino wasn't liking it. So he eventually just shut down anytime I talked.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, everyone in the chat was like, "Yeah, oh yeah," you know. So,
Which
and then when
like
you
I
when
did.
you laid into him, CP, that was my favorite.
Well, I had lost my patience. Like he always he was very like he said, 9 months. We're very close. I absolutely consider him a friend. There's a lot of things that you know. I was hurt. I was scorned. I have certain feelings about a certain other YouTuber, and he knows very well how I feel about how this person is doing things publicly versus what is actually happening privately, and for him to do a very similar thing to me, right in the middle of all that,
That's not cool.
it
That's
was
not
just like,
cool.
yeah, like,
It's
and
not.
part of
It's
it.
just not fucking cool. It's just not cool. Like, why?
Right, but my like
Why?
my point was I get it. I get where you're coming from. Just help me understand
Right.
why. And he wouldn't you know.
So he wouldn't answer like direct questions. Is like if you asked him a direct
No, he
question.
did a lot of dodging.
Okay, yeah, when people do that stuff, typically you follow your gut on that. But I mean, that's shady. That's not really trustworthy. Like a friend will just be honest, right? Just you know. Whoa! What'd you just drink? Something sour?
Oh,
look-
yeah, it's vodka, pretty sour.
Can I ask a question though?
Yes, please.
Like the Dino thing with show business. Now, I will admit I don't watch show business as much as I'd like to, but
Is it because Dino's gone? I mean,
no, it's
Okay.
I guess I like the more just fuck around stuff.
okay,
you know?
okay. So
I
you
mean,
would be
yeah,
a
I
fan
like
of the
it.
Dino version.
No,
No. I'm not saying that as a slight. When Dino was on, it was more free flowing.
Oh, was
I'm
it?
not. I'm genuinely not saying that as a slight. It's
oh, okay. Well, I mean, I didn't know because, like, I mean, I didn't know just why you decided to let him go. Was it because he was doing the jokes about Brie Larson all the time, or,
no. So
or
he
he just wasn't taking anything seriously, or?
no. There was a couple things. The Brie Larson thing got out of hand. Like that outlet, that wasn't him solely him. That became its own little character. Like it became its own thing. And while he had this Brie Larson hater moniker, there were moments where he didn't do himself favors with some of his humor. And
Wait,
as
she's the actress. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. She's the actress who is in that Superwoman type, not Superwoman, but some
Captain
action
Marvel.
movie. Right, and she said that she was quoted as saying she doesn't care about what white men think or something. Is that the one we're talking about?
40-year-old white man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. But I think that was like, then yeah, I've seen her in other stuff. I think she's dating a white man or something. I don't know. I don't know a lot about that. I don't know.
Right.
I just learned, like 2 weeks ago, I just learned what an SJW was. Like, I'm so far behind on shit.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to Google what is an SJW because someone tried to call me that, and I was like, what? And I looked it up, and I was really like, what? I'm not one of those. I'm not one of those. So I'm learning a lot. Things are changing.
Yeah. So it was a combination of things. The show was getting tighter, more informative based, more information, more mathy, more. We were going 2.5 hours at some points, and now we try to keep the show to an hour, and it's different. If you watch it 3 months ago and now it's different, not just the lineup.
You used to have the after show, didn't you?
Right, and
yeah.
well, so the original plan was to keep the after show as like the R-rated version of it, and Dino lost his ability to stream for copyright reasons, and that kind of just made things worse. And like he was in YouTube jail for 3 months, he couldn't stream, and it just kind of added to everything. And it was a really perfect storm. Like I cannot tell you enough that I had something else going on that was very taking up a lot of my emotional focus,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
he took a lot of it personally.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
and
I don't blame you. I mean, if you gave him a shot to kind of clean it up, and he didn't listen to you, and there you go. I mean,
It's incredible the amount of people in the comments that were like, dude, even his body language screamed liar. Like he's scrambling, and it was really sad to see happen, because I've just encountered so many people like that in my life, which is why I had no problem going at him. Hell, one of my 3 sisters is like that, and I I'm the only one in the family that will call her out on her stuff. Well, years ago, I will say she's improved, but years ago, I will say that I was the only one that would call her out on her stuff, and I was always told, "Oh, just be the bigger person, just walk away. We all know how she is." And I'm like, no, like she can't continue to be this way, because she's going to ruin a bunch of other relationships. If her family can't be honest with her, then who can? They're just always looking for the path of least resistance, and I'm not a sugarcoater, especially when people are just doing the wrong thing over and over again. So
right.
when it came to Dino, I was already done. Like Dino did something to me like 6 months ago, where I thought we were close, and then he decided that I wasn't contributing enough to his Horror Town Facebook group, and so he changed it so that I couldn't even post in the group without approval, anything.
Oh, wow.
And he unfriended me. And so like I was like, what are you flipping out about? Like he's the most sensitive. And it's so funny, as much as he kept saying he's a grown man last night, which literally became a drinking game, he acts like a 15-year-old girl. It's crazy.
I was going to ask how old he was. I was going to ask, is he a teenager?
He's a grown man.
Like late 50s?
He's a grown
I don't
man.
know. What?
No,
Are you serious?
No, I think,
No, he's probably late 30s.
Yeah.
Wow.
it was all pretty well respectful until Dino kind of crossed that line with Cecil. And
yeah, at one point, for those that missed it, Dino was trying to, like, he was getting loud, and he was like, God damn it, I love everyone. I would do anything for anyone, even you, fat ass. And it was like, whoa.
No,
bro.
he didn't.
He did.
It, like I said, it became Jerry Springer, and it's just.
Oh.
I don't think anybody should have a moment to be proud of there. It's just really unfortunate. And
I'm proud that I've gotten to a point where I stick up for myself, because that wasn't always the case with my.
Well, right, like that, and that's what I was trying to tell him in private while he was, a loose cannon talking to other people. Was that, listen, I'm dealing with other stuff, and you're taking everything extremely personally, and this isn't all about you. I understand that you think I'm ignoring you and all this other shit, but I have like a Category 5 hurricane that I'm dealing with, as far as friendship, social media, all that shit is concerned. And
you have a couple of hurricanes in your world pretty much at all times.
Yeah, well, yeah, Category 1s every now and again.
It's crazy, yeah.
Well, part of my thing is, like, especially this year, is I'm tired of I'm going to say this thing in private, but then public, I'm going to be this person. And, again, this is a thing
that's so much extra energy, dude. That'll gray your hair like being the president.
Right, and like, Dino knew that, and that's why, like, I didn't mention his name, and then he came in the stream, and it was just like, all right, so you're aware of what's what the deal is here, so let's.
See, my only issue last night was with the whole thing, was like, you guys didn't wait for Festivus to have an airing of grievances. Should have held off to Festivus.
Festivus for the rest of us?
Yeah, I mean, I know
you, Felix.
I know it's been a lot of drama for you, CP, but hey, how many times can you talk about the same fucking movies? I mean,
hey, you bite your tongue, sir.
There were two people in the chat that were like, "Oh, I don't like this drama. I'm gonna sign off." And then they would like come back 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
Be like, "All right, I'm back."
Is this still going on? All right, I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Yeah. But yeah, unfortunately, CP, I gotta go ahead and bounce. So
okay.
Sorry I couldn't stay longer, but thanks for having me on again. I just thought I'd show up to give my 2 cents and say hello.
It's
Hi.
nice to see your face and actually say hi to you. That's really cool.
You guys
Yes.
as well. You guys as well. So
And I love your kitties. I hope I get to see them again sometime.
yeah, I formally introduced them in an upcoming haul video. I think I'm airing it Monday. So
I have two. I had three. One died back in December, but I have two kitties too. I'll introduce you to them sometime too.
absolutely, please do. Sorry about the other one.
Cecil, you
thank
showed your
you.
pussy in a video?
I did. I
Two of
did. I
them.
showed 2 pussies. Yeah.
Okay.
Two hairy pussies.
Yeah, very hairy ones.
You have 2 hairy pussies.
2 hairy pussies. Always
Okay.
got to have 2 hairy pussies. You can't have one. They keep each other company when you're not around.
Double decker.
They play with each other. Yeah. It's yeah. I like when I look at them. They're fighting sometimes, and they're wrapped up, and they look like a couple of pair of scissors. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Mm.
I'm gonna go ahead and bounce
Oh,
on that one.
Okay, Cecil. Well, have a good Saturday. Thanks
You have a good night.
for everything.
Yeah. See you, Cecil. See you.
All right. Have a good night,
Later,
y'all.
Cecil.
You too.
Doodle.
Okay. So that's I'm gonna remove him from the screen now because he's no longer here. I can make Felix over in his spot. So Felix, you've been kind of quiet because we're kind of talking about stuff, and I out of everybody here, I recognize that you're probably the most affected in both courts, I guess is a polite way to put it. And I don't expect you to say one thing or another. It's just whatever you'd like to talk about. Please, if you want to keep this conversation going, by all means. But if you'd like to change the subject, I'm all for that too.
So who saw Antonio? What's his name? Antonio Brown, whatever that dumb.
Oh,
Him being
Oh,
a
you're-
GM.
Picked
you're-
up by the Pat.
did the Patriots really pick him up?
Yep.
Oh, really?
All 15 mil, 9 million signing bonus.
Yeah, I did not know that. Damn, that's well, that was a waste of money. That was a waste of time for the Raiders.
Yeah.
For the-
He's gonna
Well,
win
they
a Super
they
Bowl
cost
too.
him a dime. They actually made money off of him because he
Did
did.
they?
Yeah,
'Cause,
because he got his
yeah.
entire contract voided, and then he still owed him like almost $300,000 in fines. So
You
Yeah,
guys talking about sports right now?
I'm
Sports?
sorry. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, you
yes.
guys
Felix.
go ahead. I'm just gonna chill and let me know when you guys
Well,
are done
yeah.
talking about
it's high
balls
school. It's
and
either
stuff.
drama or sports. I mean, that's
Yeah. Felix is a Raiders fan, and they just lost something. It's been a rough weekend. we'll put it that way, especially for
Yeah.
Well,
the
I'm
Raiders
just glad you're
fans.
not in the hospital or anything. Like
Yeah.
it was what, maybe just a month and a half ago that you were really sick. So
Oh, yeah,
I'm not being cheesy when I say I'm genuinely glad that you're doing well and feeling good. I mean that.
I'm not out of the woods yet, but thank you. Yeah, I have
Yeah,
to
but
have.
your color looks good and everything. You don't. I mean, your skin. Your color looks good. You
Oh
look
yeah, I'm
well.
not 104 fever 3 days
Right.
in a row.
Right.
Yeah, thank you. I still got to get the camera up my butt, and then we'll talk.
Oh,
That'll be a Patreon only stream as well.
oh yeah. That's probably above what. Yeah, it's like that's higher than the
Yeah,
Jarvis level.
that's the
what-
colonoscopy tier.
Yeah.
So Cassie, you're.
Graham, I agree with you. I hate the fucking Patriots too.
Oh, I don't know who doesn't. Like
Yeah.
I know people from Boston that hate the Patriots. Like enough's enough with those assholes. I haven't seen a Raiders fan since the '90s. What the Felix?
they ain't looking very hard.
Yeah, you got to go to certain parts of Queens.
California, there's
Yeah,
quite a
San
lot of.
Diego. Well, yeah, lots of South
There
Cali.
was- There's 3 Raiders booster clubs in the state of New York, 2 in New Jersey, 1 in Rhode Island. Peter Dillon's on 42nd is a Raider bar.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, they're in New York City. I mean, when they say it's Raider Nation, it's all over the nation. I've been to every state except Hawaii, and I've ran into Raider fans there.
Have you really? Oh, that's cool. That's really cool, actually.
Yeah. Raiders are some of the most diehard fans there is. Like, good or bad, they stick with them. You know.
Yeah, only Cowboys fans are a bit more known.
Oh fuck.
The Bears.
Fans.
The Bears. DA Bears. That's all I know.
I went to Soldier Field last year to watch Khalil Mack play during the Raiders' bye week. I was so heartbroken.
Oh.
Yeah, that move didn't make no sense. None.
Zero.
Yeah, I listen, as somebody who's I consider myself a free agent because I used to follow the Dolphins, and they just don't make any sense anymore as a team, and I've been struggling with that team for years. So it's going to be a bad season for the Dolphins, and I don't know, maybe. I like what's that?
Is it still Tannehill or is it Josh?
No.
Or Josh Rosen?
Josh Rosen. Tannehill's over in Tennessee now. They traded him to Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Titans?
Yep.
Okay.
The Dolphins are going to be a train wreck this year.
Dolphins got like 13 draft picks in next year's draft, and they're looking for more. They had a 13-month calendar, and 9 of the players that are on their calendar have been traded.
Oh.
So they're not even, their current year's calendar doesn't even have, it only has like 4 players left that are actually on the active roster.
That's not good.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the Dolphins got rid of their only good player, Jarvis Landry, a couple years, and then that's all they had was him, and they got rid of him. So.
Okay.
And I see, I figure you would be a Giants fan or a Jets.
I was brought up a Giants fan, and I don't know why I left. I liked Dan Marino a lot as a kid, and I was like, "Yeah, this guy's awesome." And that cost me, because if I was a Giants fan, I would have had a couple of championships to watch. But this Dan Marino thing has cost me dearly because the Dolphins are fucking terrible.
It would have been 3.
What year were you born?
80.
80. So you're 2 years younger than me. I thought you were close to my age, but I thought like a year or two younger.
You're a baby.
Yeah, I'm a baby.
Wait, so I'm not the oldest one in here right now?
No, I don't think so. Felix.
What's that?
Well,
she's not the oldest one here, right?
No, I'm definitely older than her.
Yeah. I'm definitely
1978.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Halloween! Year of Halloween! Woo! Let's talk about that for 6 months.
You know, I'm kind of burnt out on it as much as I've never loved Halloween to my soul. I've enjoyed it, but I'm more of a Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th kind of gal. Always have been, especially Nightmare on Elm Street. But when you talk about Halloween so much, it's like I'm even bored watching the movie now, and I never thought I would say that. I actually and especially because what's his face loves it so much, kind of ruined some of it for me. See, it just did. It did. But I'm still gonna watch his what is he called when he first sent me his copy where it's like a mix of the producer's cut and the theatrical cut. His Blue Myers version or whatever.
The part 6 blend.
I'm still gonna keep that because actually I love part 6. It's one of my favorites in the whole franchise.
4, 5, 6.
I don't like part 5, but part 6 I just love it. I don't know what it is about. It's the first one I saw in the theater, by the way. So I think maybe I'm tied to it in that regard. I was in high school, and I liked the soundtrack. It had that kind of rock feel to it that was kind of different. It made me nervous. The film made me anxious in the theater, which I enjoyed.
Nightmare on Elm Street 3 has a really good soundtrack.
Oh, it's... I know. Of course it does. That's one of the best films ever created.
There's some rock in there, too. So Felix, you have to excuse me. What you were holding something up? What was that? Is that a cassette? What were you just holding up in front of your chest? Oh yeah. What is that circle on the top there?
It's a screen cleaner.
Oh.
It's a little screen cleaner I got with in the
Oh,
little
it's a
thing
sticker.
of sponges. Yeah,
That's
little
cool.
Yeah.
I thought you
Take
had
it off.
a literal cassette. I was like, what the hell is he doing with a tape?
It's
I
stuck to
have
my phone now. It won't come off, but it's
Since
supposed to be
Cassie
like
brought
clean.
up Halloween,
Okay, you're sent out.
What? One more time?
since she brought up Halloween, I gotta say the original Halloween is an overrated piece of shit.
Uh-huh.
I don't see it. I don't see it. It's boring. The acting is terrible. Other than Donald Pleasance, there's no kills hardly. Choking. That's it. No
I
blood.
like part 2 better. I like part 2 better. And I've always have. I love part 2.
Yeah.
People can say what they want. I like Dick Warlock. I love part 2. I love everything about part 2. Every single thing about it.
Yeah, like I respect its legacy, and what but it's not even my top 5 Halloween movies. It's not even my top 5 John Carpenter movies.
Mm,
I agree with you.
yeah.
There's a lot of John Carpenter, and there's I got the 4K of Escape from New York that I haven't.
Oh, so good. So
I haven't
good.
seen that in forever. Like I really want to
So-
rewatch it because They Live, I think, is my favorite.
Oh my God, love it.
Shit, why
She
did I just
will
go blank?
go and take
Oh,
a
good
nap.
thing.
Don't watch them with Emily. She'll poo-poo on all of them.
Oh, yeah. No,
Oh.
wait. If it's body, no, there's no body. She likes body horror for some reason.
Oh, I do. Does she like? Hold on, give me a second. Go on. I'm having a brain fart. Give me a second. Does she
Yeah.
like Cronenberg films? 'Cause
Oh
I
yes,
love
yes. She made
Oh,
she
man.
introduced me to Cronenberg stuff.
Really?
Yeah, Scanners.
Oh, I
and-
know what I'm going to talk to her about the next time I talk to her. 'Cause I love Rabid. I love Shivers. I love. Well, in fact, Lee, the one review he did for me that I asked for, for months, and then he of course did what's her face's review of way before mine. Even I asked mine way before hers, which no big whatever. But anyway, was the film called Dead Ringers. It stars Jeremy Irons. It's not really much of a horror. It's more of a psychological thriller. But the acting from Jeremy Irons, he plays 2 characters, identical twins, and they're gynecologists. And it's one of my favorite films, probably in my top 50 for sure. It's really good Cronenberg work.
Jeremy Irons plays identical twins who are gynecologists.
Yes, it
And he
is
only-
so good.
And he only sees Siamese twins.
Is that accurate? Is that a joke?
I don't.
I can't tell if he's kidding or not.
It's really, when I tell you the acting is pretty phenomenal from him. I mean, he's a good actor anyway.
Oh, I like
like
Jeremy Irons.
anything he does. I even love the movie Lolita, which most people are like, "Whoa, you actually watched that? You're cool with that?" I was like, "It was a good story and it was done well, and he's a damn good actor." But yeah, you should check it out sometime. But I'm gonna ask Emily if she's seen it, because if she's a Cronenberg fan, she probably has seen it.
That Cronenberg movie about twin.
Called Dead
Guy-
Ringers.
Yeah, have you seen it? No. We might have to make a night of it.
Yes.
All right, because you had me at twin gynecologists.
Yes. It gets to weird. Like I don't want to give anything away, but yeah, just trust that it's not
Yeah.
like full-on horror all over the place, but it's really it's an interesting storyline, and it plays out very well. It's
Well,
got
Cronenberg stuff wasn't really horror-ish anyway.
Yeah.
It was kind of like
yeah.
I don't. Oh, you're in the chat. I see. I'm sorry, Emily. I didn't realize you were in the chat.
Emily's in the chat. I can't see.
Yeah.
Tell her to become a patron so she can join.
Yeah, Emily. $5 tier, and you can be in the stream.
Put on makeup for her and everything. Damn it.
Yeah. I don't know if you could still hear that. I don't know, Emily. She's bouncing around. I don't know if she's still watching or just listening, but
How dare she?
Yeah.
the nerve.
Sorry, guys, in the chat about the echo. my headphones just don't work. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Dalton, do you just want to try it just for the I don't think it's going to work, but do you want to try it for the sake of fuck it?
Oh yeah, that was gnarly.
Just put
Yeah.
your headphones back in. Maybe I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. hang on.
Oh, somebody's vibrating.
No comment.
No, me neither.
That was mine.
I'm so easily entertained. This is fun.
Oh, they're dropping a bunch of classics. Videodrome, I have not watched yet. I own that. I have not watched it.
Oh, Videodrome. You know what? I haven't seen that yet either. But have you seen Shivers though?
No. No.
What? Have you seen the one with Marilyn Chambers in it, the porn star? That's Rabbit. I think that's Rabbit. Have you seen that one?
No. No.
Which one's okay? So you've seen The Fly, I'm sure, and then
Yeah.
And have you seen The Brood?
No.
Oh shit, man.
Dalton,
Okay,
talk.
so which ones have you seen besides The Fly?
Yeah, hold on. So this is the issue, everybody. So Dalton, when he has his headphones in, which prevents the echo, he cannot be heard. So unfortunately, he's got to have his headphones out for us to hear him. So that I understand it's rough. Maybe just everybody pace yourself a little bit when you speak, so that it doesn't reverb too much. But
Okay.
of course, we want to hear Dalton. So.
Absolutely.
So go ahead. You can take your headphones back out. I just wanted them to understand what the reason was that. What is your favorite? Wow! Now it got really loud. Is the volume really loud on the computer?
Oh, mine. No, the volume's all the way down on the computer.
Oh, okay. Felix, is that you? Is it you? It's been you this whole time?
Felix.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, you've got some wireless earbuds. Those look nice.
Yeah. My bows are in the truck. I forgot them.
Is that better? Or is that better?
Yes.
That sounds good.
Okay, I just turned the volume down on my phone then. Like,
yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I can't hear you guys quite as well, but I mean, I can still hear you though.
Yeah,
you're clear.
If you can hear us, this is really good.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. You're a saint.
You guys are good guys. All you guys are good guys.
You don't know
Except
anything.
You're a dick. I mean, yeah, I know you're a dick. You like to pretend you're a dick. You know, the first time I saw you was actually, I don't want to bring him up again, but it was on one of his videos when you guys were like doing a dual review of stuff, and you were talking about your love for Jason Lives. And that was the first time I ever saw you or anything. And I was like, oh, this guy's really cool. I like him. I liked the way you presented it. And I've always loved that film too, and you made me want to watch it. In fact, after I watched that video, I was like, because I have all of them, I was like, I'm going to watch Jason Lives tonight. So that was my first time I ever saw you. I think it's been about a year ago.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. If anything goes on my tombstone, it'll be he probably inspired you to watch Jason Lives. That's what I'm going to be known for.
I think Jason Lives was the first Friday the 13th film I saw. Actually, I was about 7 years old, I guess.
Yeah.
What year did it come out? What, in 85?
85, 86. It's
okay,
right around there.
So I would have been about 7 or 8, and it's the first one I saw, and I remember that opening. To me, to this day, is so good with the dual. When he comes out of the grave, and he's like, wait, no, Jason Lives is when they come back and dig him up, right?
Yeah, you got to dig him up.
Yes,
Sorry.
that's good, but I like the beginning of part 5 too, actually, though, with Corey Feldman.
Yes,
you don't like that beginning?
I like the beginning. I like the beginning, but the rest of that porno is
no, the rest of it sucks, but that opening is so good.
The rest of it sucks.
which is horrible because I talked to on an off basis Deborah Voorhees.
Yes.
Who is
she's a nice lady.
in
she's a nice
the
lady.
film.
She's a babe in that.
Yeah, she's well known for that film.
I was turned on by her. I was like, man, that woman is hot. That bitch is fine. And I say that most respectfully. I truly, most respectfully. She's a lovely lady.
Objectively, it's fine.
I've got tits. I can say it. I've got tits too, so I can say it.
Oh, is that what it is? You have to have
That's
tits
what
to
it is.
compliment tits?
No, I'm just saying that she wouldn't get mad. I don't think she seems like a cool lady.
No, she is. She is.
You gotta have a dong to compliment a dong.
Oh,
you didn't know that?
Because dongs suck.
Yeah. Jason Lives is probably my second or third favorite Friday movie.
What's your first favorite?
The remake.
Oh.
The remake.
And I will say that the only reason why the remake is probably number one is just because of the portrayal of Jason.
Yeah, that is a really good Jason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only reason why it's number one. So.
Yeah, he's
I can't.
You can't what? You can't.
I can't argue. He's a good Jason, but I don't. The rest of the movie can suck it. I don't like it at all.
Now I do like Jared Padalecki. Jared Padalecki did a good job.
Yeah, he did. You know what it is though? It looks too much like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies because they're made by the same people. Like even the guy that's in the truck that almost
the same director.
Yeah. The guy that almost picks
the same cinematographer too.
He played the guy that he played the uncle in the remakes, the one who gets his leg sawed off with the chainsaw. He's in both movies, or all three. And anyway.
Yeah, the first 20 minutes of the remake, I really, really dig.
Yes, that's
the rest
good
of that movie. I'm a little less happy with.
Nope.
Yeah, I would agree.
Two.
Part 2? Is that your favorite?
It's because it's the introduction of Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's
part 2 ain't bad. I just don't like the look of Jason.
It was he was
Baghead.
still in a sack.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
And then Jason in outer space, Mega Jason.
No. The only thing good in that movie is one kill. The rest of the movie is terrible. It looks like something I'd see on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, no, and what's funny, it has a record. It's the first major motion picture to be shot all digital. Or it's the first shot all digital film to be released to cinemas. So they're record holder or some sort of something. It's notable for some reason, and it is. You nailed it. I absolutely think of like, it's like too clear. It's like there's something about the lighting is too flat. It's just really.
I like film quality. I like the look of 35 millimeter film.
Yeah.
I like the look of. I like that. There's a certain feel that you just cannot replicate with digital, in my opinion. I like that old feel from the 80s. I like it looks kind of not blurry, but you know how soap operas looked pretty in the 80s.
Oh, with the Vaseline on the lens, sure.
Yes. It kind of has that sort of dreamy feel, and that feel gets me in the mood. Like every time, it's just they're always fun. And I have to say, I don't know if I could pick a favorite. Maybe I could, but the first, I don't even hate. Which one is it? Hold on.
7.
Jason Goes to Hell. I don't even hate that movie. Like I don't love it, but I don't hate it. The one guy that plays, what's his name? The black guy that like suddenly randomly knows all this shit and he breaks that dude's fingers and all that. Like there's some fun to be had in that movie. But I think the first 7 are all fun. I think they're all fun.
Yeah, I can understand.
Watch all 7 and not be like, oh, this sucks. I could watch all 7 back to back and enjoy it.
What's your favorite franchise actually? What's your favorite franchise in horror?
Well, my first horror film I ever watched. I was 6 years old, almost 7, and it was A Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one. So that's always going to be my all-time favorite film, not just
Gateway
horror.
drug.
Just yes. I mean, it popped the cherry. It was like I was a little kid. It scared the shit out of me. It was so effective, and I was just enthralled. And I was the little girl who also watched Unsolved Mysteries with Robert Stack. I still go back and watch old episodes of that. But I loved it. It really scared the shit out of me. So that's always going to be special to me. But I mean, after Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, I really don't like any of them. I like New Nightmare for what it is, but it's not really, it doesn't have that same feel. But the first 3 I enjoy quite a lot. I just wish they could have maintained that quality. I don't really enjoy the other ones.
Some
There's
of the kills in 4 are pretty neat.
like want to suck face and stuff. I mean, that's fun. There's some fun parts.
Dream Master is my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street.
Dream Master's incredible.
That's 3, right? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I made the mistake of when I went back and rewatched them, I thought 3 was 4 and vice versa. And when I was watching, I was watching 3, I'm like, wait, this is really good. And then when I watched 4, I was like, oh, this really isn't. I have it all backwards. Because for some reason, when they keep getting lost in 4, when they keep going in circles, for some reason, I had that in part 3 in my memory.
In your head.
And,
there's one scene in that movie that nobody talks about, and it's my favorite scene, is the theater scene. When she's going to the theater.
Oh, where she's like,
she's
holding
holding
on to the chair. And
she gets sucked into the, I like that scene.
That is a cool scene.
Yeah, that's the one thing you can give Nightmare on Elm Street movies. They're always really creative with the kills. I mean, no matter how good the movie is, some of them are a little. Okay, sorry. I'm just Joseph was in the chat, and I was just making sure he wasn't able to come in. Sorry,
Gordon Levitt.
No, Joseph Lionel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's a patron of mine. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yeah. No matter how shitty Nightmare on Elm Street is, their kills are at least creative, which is the best thing I can say. Like, out of Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, and Friday the 13th, I think Nightmare on Elm Street you can kind of watch a shitty one, even if only for the kills. Where Halloween, I mean, I'm sorry, when Halloween's bad, it's fucking boring.
It's really bad.
And
the first Nightmare on Elm Street I saw in the theater is the most terrible of all. I saw freaking Freddy's Dead that was the first one I saw in the theater. I was a little girl, and even as a child, I was pumped up. I was like, this is gonna be the shit, because I was a big Freddy fan, and all I took away from it was Roseanne Barr and Tom Arnold, and because they were a thing at that time, and I remember being there. It's horrible. It's absolute shit. I can't think of one good thing about it. Nothing. Not even nothing. No.
I liked it when the credits started rolling. That was like my favorite part.
Right.
Dalton, what are you doing? You about to stalk somebody? You gonna?
That looks like that. Speaking of Halloween, that looks like the outside of the old people with making the sandwich. Looks like the outside of their house, kind of.
Dalton's about ready not to be nice.
Yeah, he's gonna reenact a scene here.
Yeah.
He's gonna rip somebody's esophagus out.
You outside? You gonna?
Yeah, I'm outside. I used to like Freddy's Dead when I was a kid.
Me too.
But now, no.
Yeah.
No.
And then I was like, oh, this isn't supposed to be for kids. This video game shit is kind of dumb.
Yeah. I guess as a kid, that's probably the one that a kid would probably gravitate to.
Yeah, with the Nintendo glove and all that stuff. Yeah, I get that. Absolutely.
Now, and I will also say I am a defender of the remake.
Nightmare on Elm Street? Yeah.
I gotta go. It's over. I'm out of here.
It's serious.
No. No.
So see, the same thing. This is the argument that I have with people that complain about Child's Play 2019. I don't know if any of you have seen it. Because the Child's Play franchise had gotten so fucking weird, they had to go in this other direction, and that was kind of the thing with Nightmare on Elm Street, where granted, New Nightmare was after Freddy's Dead, and we technically had him in Freddy vs. Jason, but there was such a hokey taste in everybody's mouth when it came to Freddy. They went so far in the other direction, making him serious, that, I mean, it's a decent effort. They just went a little too serious.
I can tell you the number one thing or two things about it three things that made it shitty for me. And this is as someone who that's like their favorite movie, the first one, the original. What's her face? Rooney Mara. You could tell she fucking hated the project. You could tell she didn't want to be there. You could feel it. And Nancy is my final girl. That is the girl with whom I most identify. I love Nancy. And to see someone be so disrespectful and not give any shits at all. Like, and I don't even want to watch any other films she's in because of it, because it was just that disrespectful to me. Secondly, I fucking hate CGI. I hate it. And Tina's death scene in the original is, to me, the best death scene of any film I've ever seen in my life, ever. And because it's so emotional when she's climbing the ceilings, begging for her life, that just guts me every time I see it, even now. But the way they did it in the remake, it was just like a slash. She floats to the ceiling and then just falls. It wasn't gritty and nasty enough. And even the scene where in the original, they just used latex and they came out through the wall.
Yeah, CGI. Yeah.
It's to CGI that when you could just go buy some latex like they did for $15 and do it. That really disappointed me. I can handle a little bit of CGI, but practical effects are my thing. Like, I love Tom Savini's work. I love what's his face off The Walking Dead. I love his work. I really get into that stuff. Greg Nicotero is who I was thinking of. I really get into that nerdy stuff about it. That stuff's fun. And it always looks better. It always looks better, and it always feels better, too, when you watch it. Like, I don't watch The Burning because it's like an awesome storyline. I watch The Burning in The Prowler because the kills look so good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Burning Savini, right? Yeah.
Yes, and so The Prowler. Yeah.
Prowler's Zito, too, isn't it?
Yes.
Joseph?
Yeah.
That's how he got Savini back for Final Chapter.
Yep. Those are some beautifully shot films, too. They look beautiful. They still hold up.
I don't know if I'd use the word beautiful, but I understand what you're saying.
Beautiful in that old school way, you know what I mean? In that 80s way that that makes me feel, it takes me back. It feels comforting to me to watch that stuff. But these
people die. Very comforting. I understand.
It is. Have you seen The Mutilator? Let's talk about lesser known ones. Do you guys know the film The Mutilator?
No.
You know it? Yep. That's a good one. There's a really gnarly death scene in that one with a hook through a woman in a bad place or a good place. Bad place. Oh. Yeah.
Is it like a Terrifier situation?
Yeah, is it?
It is.
It's like sushi kinda. It's really it's fucked up. It was called Fall Break, was an alternate title for the film. But I like those lesser known ones. In fact, my favorite franchise is one no one ever talks about in our group, or in the group I used to be in, is Slumber Party Massacre. That's my favorite. I love Slumber Party Massacre. I watch those over and over and over and over and over.
We lost Felix. Felix.
Almost lost it there.
Like, CP, like, how come you don't like Terrifier? Just out of curiosity. Like,
because it
gore or.
Oh no, I don't mind gore. It like the one thing that I really I guess when it comes to horror and especially slashers, the feeling of isolation. I need that. I need no one's gonna help you. I need that feeling. And right off the bat in that pizzeria where he's, just kind of taunting the girls, and, there's the pizza guy, like they're in a public place, and there's this element of, he's just being weird. Technically, that you can just run away. Like, I just didn't buy the world that we were in, because it was just...
Do you think if it was like a bigger budget, you think it would be a better movie to you? Like if it went to theaters and stuff?
Oh no! I the gore is really good. I give it credit for that. I can understand why people are all about it, especially, if you're desperate for an icon like a Freddy, Jason, Art the Clown certainly fits that mold to a degree. But as far as slashers are concerned, like I don't get that isolation thing.
When I watch slasher movies, I pay attention to the actual slasher itself.
Mm-hmm.
And like Art was pretty fucking creepy.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely creepy. He is.
Yeah.
I just never bought that people were stuck, and well, obviously there's parts where people are held and chained up, and obviously those people are stuck. But it never to me felt like people were helpless. Like again, the pizza scene just took me right out of it. It was just like, all right, so the pizza guy can call 911. The one of the girls can just leave because he's just sitting there.
Yeah,
like,
I don't
it's-
get why they even had to stop for the whole thing. Was the premise they had to, like, the one girl had to go pee, right? And girl code, we all know. Well, you guys aren't girls, okay, but we don't just stop in
How
some
do you
random.
know?
Oh, there's a stinky, shisty looking building. Let's go in here and pop a squat. No, girl, we would never do that. We would never do that. And I'm not trying to pick it apart. I watched it twice, back to back, just to see how I really felt about it.
I think Emily enjoyed it more than I did. Emily.
I don't hate it.
Emily.
I appreciate what they were trying to do. I'd like to see another one and see if it could be improved upon, because I think
Terrifying.
Art and that actor, he did a good job.
Yeah, and see, I like creepy clown movies too.
Oh gosh, and he is really creepy. He's grimy creepy too, which is different
Yeah.
than what we've ever seen before.
There's a movie I've been wanting to watch. I think it's called Clown, where this this
Yeah.
guy
Oh, I've
puts on a
seen it.
clown
I've seen it.
outfit
Mhm.
and turns into
Yep.
a clown or something.
And he
Yeah.
can't take it off. He can't get the damn thing off. Yeah, that's actually a fun movie. You should check it out.
Yeah, Emily enjoyed Terrifier. She enjoyed the
Did she?
clown quite a bit. Not the rest of the film.
I went back
As
and
much.
watched his. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's like people with It. I think a lot of people like It, even the miniseries, is because of the clown, and that's
Mhm.
it.
The miniseries.
Yeah.
Mm.
It is a film.
First one was a TV miniseries.
No. It's a movie. It's a film.
It's awful. Whatever it
It
is,
was
it's
a
terrible.
film made for television.
I watched it the night it came. I watched it on live TV on ABC when I was a kid. Watched it, and
It was
I
it was a
think Coach-
couple of nights that
Yeah.
one.
yes, two
I
nights.
think
It
that's
was
the
two nights.
best miniseries though, out of the Stephen
That was
King.
it was damn good.
Oh, you're not. That's not much to compare it to, though. Those Stephen King miniseries are.
Well, I heard
Yeah.
The Stand was really good too. I heard The Stand was good.
Mm.
I remember that vaguely as a kid. But... Is it The Stand? I think.
Yeah, I think it's the
Yeah.
second. I think.
Well, you have that creepy woman in the wheelchair, and there's like a guy in the cornfield with red eyes or something like that.
That could be anything. I don't know. No,
That sounded almost like
It's got the guy from
Silver
like
Bullet.
NCIS New York,
oh, the glasses guy.
the main
Yeah,
guy.
dude.
It's like
Gotta
11
get the DNA.
episodes.
To get the D.
It's like
Oh, yeah. What's that
11
guy's name?
David Caruso?
Yeah, David Caruso. Yeah.
What?
You know, when he's on that show, he's like got glasses on. He's like, "We're about to get the DNA test in. Your ass is about to be grass." You know,
Oh.
he's like that's. I don't watch the show very often, but when it's on, that's pretty much the voice he uses. Is it just me? Is that just me?
No, it was a pretty.
It's not just me.
I understand what you meant. That and then the classic Who song plays.
Yeah.
And,
Like,
Oh yeah.
talking miniseries, like, would you guys like to see, instead of reboots or remakes of the movies, would you guys like to see maybe a remake of the miniseries?
what it or what?
Any of those Stephen King miniseries?
Oh, Salem's Lot.
Yeah. That'd be
That's a
cool.
movie, though. I thought that was a movie.
Wasn't it a couple nighter?
It's a movie. I don't know if there's any other
Yeah,
miniseries
three.
that I've seen.
It's like a 3-hour movie, so I think it was a 2-nighter.
Yeah.
You got The Shining. The Shining
Oh
miniseries.
God, they had that. Oh God.
I like
Yeah.
the Shining miniseries better than the movie.
Oh,
It's stuck closer to the book.
Don't. You don't.
Don't-
No, you
No.
don't.
Because The Shining, the movie, was only The Shining in title. Kubrick
Kubrick. It was all him.
completely butchered the
He
story
made
of
mad.
The Shining.
He made
And
mad.
if it's on its own and you called it Jack Lonely, it's a great movie. you put it on the TV and you call it The Shining, it's the biggest piece of shit you've ever seen.
Well, so Felix, how do you feel about the Mr. Sleep coming out?
I'm holding my. I'm reserving my right to like or dislike the movie.
Yeah,
as it comes
because
out.
yeah,
Reserve
it's based on the book, but they use imagery from the movie. So I'm really kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
I'm
Because
wondering.
the movie is more in people's minds than the miniseries. People
yeah.
more identify with the movie than the miniseries.
Yeah,
Because
the
people
movie's really
talk
good.
the movie. The people talk the movie up like certain people talk up Halloween 2018. And both are big piles of freaking doo doo.
Yeah, The Shining is my favorite horror movie.
The 1980 version.
Yeah, the Jack Nicholson.
Kubrick.
Mhm.
And yeah, and I would only say because of Jack Nicholson. Like his performance is like incredible. I get why Stephen King wasn't behind that movie, but still, I mean, when you do your own thing, you kind of got a different angle. You have to do something different.
It seems like everything that's great that Stephen King wrote is better through a better director's. It seems like John Carpenter did Stephen King really well. It seemed like Kubrick did Stephen King really well. Frank Darabont did Stephen King really well.
I love Frank Darabont. You know what? That just makes me think of The Walking Dead. The first season is, to me, a perfect show. Letting him go, firing him, was such a mistake because the show, in my opinion, quality-wise, has not been the same. That first season is perfect, and I really think it is. It's perfect. He knows how to.
Yeah, I feel like people are starting to lose some steam with that show for the last few seasons.
That's the past 3 or 4 for me. I just can't seem to give a shit.
They started losing it with the governor, and then when they brought in Negan, that was like the nail in the coffin to a lot of people. Yeah. But Negan was a major jackass, and
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, but if you watch,
I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Negan he beat the hell out of Glenn's head, and he crushed Glenn's head in just like that, like they did in the movie.
Loved Glenn.
So people were like, "Oh, well, damn." They kind of stuck with the storyline on that, but you know, and they kind of went in different directions with the miniseries or whatever you want the series. But Negan was always a jackwad.
Have any of you guys watched, speaking of The Walking Dead, what's his face, who writes it? Going blank again. I usually have these names off the top of my head, and I just don't tonight. But the writer of The Walking Dead, like of the comics, he has he had a TV show. It was called Outcast. It was on Cinemax, and there was only 2 seasons. But the first season is really, really, really good if you want like a good horror TV show. Very well done. And it actually is nice and creepy. It's got a good mood about it. But yeah, and it's spelled Outcast like Outcast, just like the regular word outcast. But it's good. I recommend.
Not like the rapper?
Not like the rap group, no. Because I actually listen to Outcast. Not like the rap group, no. It's 2 guys. Outcast is 2 guys.
I thought Outcast is one person.
Big Boy.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. Look at me proving my stupidity. All right.
So, like, has anybody? I haven't seen the movie, but have the rest of you watched? Chapter 2. Yep.
I have.
I'm gonna go see it next week. I think. Me and the man.
Was it as good? I heard it was nowhere near as good as the first one. Is that true?
Yeah.
I'm hearing a lot of CGI bullshit, and I'm already pissed about it.
Because I heard a lot of people complaining about the 3 hours and some of the stuff they did with the kids, the technical stuff, like
the CGI, the de-aging, yeah, a little weird.
Oh,
I gave it a solid 2.5
I'll watch
out of 5.
spoilers before I watch it. 2.5 out of 5. Oh.
I'm a little bit stronger than Felix, but yeah, it's a low 3 from me. It's a low 3, a high 2.5.
I gave it.
What?
I gave it 5 burritos.
Out of
a Mexican out of 10. Instead of jam sandwiches like Emily, so
I
gave it 5 burritos out of 10.
Yeah.
Or tacos.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I think that movie was doomed from the start, though.
Really?
Because I mean, it's a sequel. Most sequels don't do that great compared to the first one. And this one is supposed to be more about the adults, and everybody knows that's the worst part.
Yeah.
In the book, the book is the second half of the book has you on your seat, edge of your seat the whole time through. There's so much stuff they could have done and brought in, like the whole the husband stalking her and the
The gangbang, they could have
Henry-
brought that up in the adult version.
Sweet.
They kind of had the car and the ghost driver. I mean, there was so much they could have actually brought in the turtle to a little bit more. They've wasted so much time on bull crap that didn't need to be in there.
Yeah.
They could have brought in so many more things to it that would have made it a lot better. I was like, oh, they're gonna have the turtle. What do they have? They have a damn ceramic turtle on the edge of a desk. Like, oh, here's your turtle. Thanks, jackass.
Yeah, it took too long too. It was so strange. Like
Years.
I have conflicting complaints about the movie because first of all the running time it could be at least 20 minutes shorter. You could tighten that movie. There's no way you can't.
Did you say it was
But-
2 hours and 50? 2 hours and 50?
246. Yeah,
Damn.
249.
That's pretty long.
It could have been
Yeah.
it could have been 2 hours, and it wouldn't have seemed like they cut much out.
Yeah.
To me,
Right,
Yeah.
right. They padded with like they reintroduced these characters, and you have to like Thank you. You have to acquaint yourself with them, and it's
Yeah.
like no, we know who these characters are.
Mhm.
They're just older, and at the same time, like another complaint, which is kind of a bit of a double standard I have, is they wouldn't be so buddy with each other after
Not
27 years,
No.
because I don't know. I can't tell you a thing about 13-year-old me
Yeah.
and or the people I hung out with back then. So shit, I wouldn't like me from 27
Right.
years ago, let alone people I hung out with. It was just, I don't know, just a
Unless
little
you
bit
can.
of...
I'm
No,
sorry,
go
you go ahead.
No,
I was
just...
going to say, unless you consistently hung out with those people all those
Right.
years,
Right.
right? That would make sense. But to have no contact and then come back together like everything's that would ring kind of not authentic to me as
Mhm.
well. I would
Mhm.
agree with you on that.
Was Pennywise just as good, better, worse?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Pennywise is good.
He's
Yeah.
consistent. I think that actor's a good actor.
Yeah.
Skarsgård.
Do you think he's going to get kind of typecast somewhat,
Oh,
No,
I don't
that's it.
think so.
or do you
think the
think he'll
makeup's
do
good
some
or
kind of
not.
like Johnny Depp thing, Tim Burton bullshit?
I don't think he's gonna go that far. I don't know if he's gonna get typecast like that.
I think the makeup is done well enough to where
Yeah.
you know who it is, but you can't tell who it is.
Well, apparently,
So if
Go
he
ahead.
comes out in another movie and does something really well, you're going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, he was Pennywise, but now he's somebody like an actual character that's not made up and you
Yeah.
can't see his face.
apparently that eye gimmick is something that he can do too, where he can make his
Oh.
eyes. Like apparently the actor can do that, make his eyes.
Yeah, I
a
saw him
little-
do that in an interview.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't know. He's got a hidden talent that he can.
Yeah, like Anna Kendrick could actually sing the Cup song. And that's how she brought it into Pitch Perfect. I like Anna Kendrick. She's kind of hot.
Yeah, she's not ugly. I'll give you that.
Do you think it's possible they might, because obviously both movies are going to end up making a lot of money. Do you think
Yeah.
they might do their own version of Chapter 3, or maybe some kind of prequel to how it all started, maybe kind of thing?
Oh, that's a good
They,
question.
they left
Like-
enough out of the second part of the book. They can definitely do it.
Like Pennywise, the origins or something.
Like that gangbang? No.
Yeah.
Like the gangbang. Yeah.
No, I'm pretty good without the 13-year-old.
Well, they could do it as adults.
Right.
Yeah, I heard that was in the book, and that's just fucking weird. Like, I don't even
That's
know why
very
Stephen King wrote that. Like,
That's another thing that's kind of weird too. The whole relationship
Yeah.
aspect of
Yeah.
everything in chapter 2 is just like really.
That
okay.
would.
I mean, I heard the performances are really well.
Oh no!
You
Yeah,
know.
the actors are
Oh,
great.
wow.
The actors are really really great. I have no complaints about that. Again, something for realism's sake. So if you watched us watch the first It a couple nights ago, I discussed this. Something I can't stand when it comes to realism in R-rated movies is when bullies and stuff aren't authentic. And in the 80s, bullies, if you're going to talk about bullies in the 80s in a town that's filled with a lot of white kids and there's only one black kid in town, do you know what a bully would call that black kid?
Yeah.
I think you can guess. And
Yes.
they don't go that route. But in It Chapter 2, there's a gay couple, and damned if they're not called faggot right up front. So,
Really?
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
so listen, if I can't say faggot in a comedy
Yep.
club like I can't say the N-word, sorry, you can't do that thing in the movies.
Are you
because,
not allowed to? Are you not allowed to say faggot if you do stand up? Are you not
nigger-
allowed to do that?
Yeah.
It's
Most
one of the no-nos. It's one of the no-nos.
there's a black
One of the
list on
7
most
deadly
clubs.
words.
Nigger, cunt, faggot. Those are the 3 that you really
Mm,
most
but
comedy clubs you can't.
That second word's really fun, though. You know, it's really
Cunt?
fun.
Oh yeah, no,
It is fun.
it's my favorite kind of tree.
Yeah.
Get it? Country? Anybody?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's. I
But
mean,
I-
it's almost to the point where you can't even say gay anymore. But
Yeah, gay. Yeah, listen, it's hard to be a craftsman of words these days.
a word,
Yeah.
a wordsmith.
and, and I feel bad for stand-up comedians because like they're
Thank you.
handcuffed now. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you know, that's what I think comedy should not. That's the one place where you should be free,
Mhm.
like totally free, in fact. Because I love to go back and watch old Richard Pryor stuff. That he'll always be one of my favorites. And oh, you hate Richard Pryor?
I love Richard Pryor.
Mm.
I
Live on the
love
Sunset
him.
Strip. Oh,
Yeah, oh, that's the best. That to me, that's the hands down the best stand-up comedy I've ever seen in my life. He put so much of his heart into that, and like you could feel. To me, I've always said the people that laugh the loudest and smile the biggest are the ones that have been hurt the most. Richard Pryor had a fucked up life, and I feel like that came through in his comedy. You could really feel the shit he was talking about. You could feel
Yeah.
that he was the son of a pimp and a whore. You could feel that he grew up in a whorehouse. You could feel that he was freebasing and shit, and that he'd struggled with shit. I mean, he even joked about setting himself on fire and made it fun somehow. It was brilliant.
People who deal
What's
with
the-
some
the-
serious
when
shit
he, when he
usually
had
are
the
funny.
matches,
Yeah.
he had the match going. Don't think I didn't hear y'all with that joke, and he had the match going like that,
Yeah.
running down the street.
I mean, the only comedian I can think of nowadays that just don't give a shit is Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if you guys watch Daniel Tosh, but he's kind of a line crosser.
I
too.
opened for him
Oh, did
Oh,
you?
wow. That's cool.
forever ago. Yeah.
That's really cool.
And I mean, I like Kevin Hart, but you can kind of tell he's
He's very
He's
vanilla.
out. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's for the family people in
He's
America.
a little rich.
Did you guys hear what happened to him this past week?
He got in a
yeah.
car
They
accident.
call
Had
it-
spinal surgery.
Yeah, but he left the scene of the accident and said that he wasn't the one driving. But about 4 years ago, he had a DUI that was brushed under the rug by his people, his handlers, whatever. But he abandoned his 2 friends in his car, and his people came and got him, took him home. His pissed off wife called 911. I've heard the 911 call. She's like, yeah, she sounds like she's not bothered at all. Oh no, he can't move. No, something's sticking out of his back. I mean, he's not really conscious. I mean, she just like he was out probably. He was probably getting head in the back seat of it or driving or something.
Oh,
I mean,
little roadhead.
It's
Well,
like
Roadhead.
it's like Cat Williams. What the fuck happened to Cat Williams?
oh God, Cat.
He got in a lot of trouble too.
Yeah.
A lot of
I heard like
trouble.
he did some kind of breaking and entering or some shit like that in Atlanta or some shit.
And he
A while
got in a
back.
Really?
kid. He got in a fight with
Years
this little
back,
kid.
He
Yeah.
broke into somebody's house or some shit like that.
Yeah, well, Cat Williams the size of a little kid.
I know he's little. He's a little dude.
He makes Kevin Hart look big.
Oh God, Kevin. No, right? They're both
No, but-
little.
Did you hear Sid Haig got in an accident?
Oh.
Sid Haig's been in bad shape for a while.
Yeah.
He got.
Yes.
Yeah, he was in an accident earlier. Ben Grimm
Hmm.
informed us all of that Sid Haig was in an accident.
Oh, recently.
And yeah, like today or last night.
Oh, really? Like
Yeah.
recently?
Yeah, like within the last 24 hours. Ben
No,
Grimm has
That's-
posted it.
Is that a cold one?
That's not a monster, is it?
Is that a cold?
Yes, it is.
Wait,
It's a
what is
monster.
it? Oh,
It's
it's
a
a
monster.
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 Looked like a Coors Light can. I was like,
I
fuck,
was-
that's
it looked like a Coors
that's the
Light.
best fucking job ever.
I was gonna say, can I get hired at your job too?
I don't know.
I
thought he
wish
was
it
a
was a
popo for
Coors
a
Light.
while. I was like, I can't be on here with a popo.
Popo. Do you think I would be on?
Security.
Thoughts on Andrew Dice Clay? Another comedian I opened for. Really funny. People don't give him credit
No.
because of
Agree.
his rhyme shtick, and he's very vulgar. But there's a lot of his humor that people don't give enough credit. I mean, of that era, I think Sam Kinison is the better
Yes.
of those two comedians that get compared.
Mhm.
But I would say if you're into like R-rated comedy, don't sleep on Andrew Dice Clay, and get away from his nursery rhyme
Mainstream.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's an album too. You want to know what it's like to just fucking bomb at a comedy club, regardless of who you are. The Day the Laughter Died, Part 1 and 2. I think Part 2 is actually worse. The Day the Laughter Died, Part 2 is a CD that he released where, he was performing on a dead night. There wasn't that many people in the audience, and you can just hear it. Like, there's some jokes that are funny, but it's weird listening to a comedy album where there's no there's just no feedback. It's the closest thing to letting somebody know what it's like to be in a room that's dead, regardless of regardless of the performance. And some people say it sucks, and excuse me, I think part of it is people they don't have that little laugh influence, and he's just spitballing, and it's interesting if you have curiosity about stand-up.
I'm curious now. I'd like to actually hear that.
And
You
Dice
said
Clay-
it's
A lot of
so it's two albums, or like a part
Yeah.
1 and part 2.
Yeah. Andrew Dice Clay, The Day the Laughter Died, and The Day the Laughter Died Part 2 is the one that
I'll
I'm
look
more,
it up for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I think I told. Oh, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
It's not like an A+ or anything. It's funny. There's dead spots, but my point is that's what comedy is more often than not.
Yeah.
You're not selling out the garden all the time, and this is
Right.
coming from somebody like that album. To me, is 70% of my career is nights like that where it's just fucking 20 people in the house, nobody really gives a shit, and no matter how on point you are with your timing,
Yep.
it just doesn't matter, and it's
Yep.
the
They all
best
came into the-
representation.
They all came into the club to get out of the rain.
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned that it's like that. You said it's like that, and it's all a matter of different factors coming together, I'd say, because going back to Richard Pryor, I watched a documentary about him a couple years ago, and speaking of Live from the Sunset Strip, what you mentioned a minute ago, that's considered one of his greatest things he's ever done, but he did that 2 nights in a row. And
Oh,
the
they always
first
do that.
The first night, he said in the documentary, he's like, I bombed. He said, nobody. Like, he said, I could not have bombed worse. He's like, I froze up. I used the same exact material, but the second night, went on to win awards and is considered one of the greatest ever. So it is a matter of, I think, to me, being a stand-up comedian is the most ballsy thing anybody can ever try to do. I commend you for doing it like that. I'm pretty ballsy, but I don't know that I'd have the balls to try it. That takes a lot to get up there and do that.
I thought always being a live action porn star would be the ballsiest thing you could do, but
Live action, performance anxiety.
Yeah,
Go.
right
there.
there.
This is
CP,
live,
do you
buddy.
think
Go
you'll?
for it.
I mean, do you plan on getting back into that? The stand-up stuff?
I do. Like, I was sick last year and couldn't get back into it. And now, I don't know, I've been so far away from it. And I wish I could play this message for you. Dane Cook actually
Oh,
left me a voice message saying, get back into it. And hearing Dane Cook say that, at the very least,
that's pretty cool.
um, yeah, I intend on doing it. I just don't know. I'm nervous. I'm nervous with the climate because I am not PG.
No.
I was never PG. I tried to do it for a little bit, and I was very uncomfortable with it. So my original plan was I was supposed to live out in Europe, and something that kills in Europe is Americans making fun of America, and that was like I was building a set on that, and I don't know if I could do the same thing here. We're a little too patriotic and a little too sensitive, and it's they're a bit more forgiving over there. I mean, shit, I can't tell you how many times in Denmark there was a bus with just tits on it, and it was an ad. It was just an ad for a doctor's office or some shit. Just like, hey, there's tits on a bus, okay, and. The commercials in Denmark, there's a commercial for tampons that instead of blue water in the thing, it's actually blood colored shit. So it's just like, wow, okay, we're going full bore here.
Are you sure
Yes.
that was a tampon
Awesome.
commercial? If they're using blood colored shit, that sounds like a suppository.
That's fucking awesome. I might have to
Blood
check
colored
that out.
shit. Yeah, go to Denmark and just check out the buses. No, yeah, the fluid was red in the.
I remember
Oh, yeah,
that. I don't know if you guys remember the Dave Chappelle show.
Oh,
They did
Oh,
a-
of course. I own it.
Yeah,
I have
they
the
did
DVD.
They did a thing where like pouring water on a pad, and then like the other pad he was pouring like 45s on, like Colt 45s
Yeah,
on it.
40. It's funny that you brought up Europe. You're talking about how things are there. When I lived in England when I was a kid for a little while, one of the things I noticed is just watching regular TV, like standard TV, not anything late at night, whatever. Fully naked people,
Yep.
male and female,
yeah,
and it wasn't. They didn't treat it like it was weird. Like they're more prone to have what they call the video nasties, as you know, where they don't have they pump the brakes on violence, but
Yeah.
show naked people. Whereas here we're like, oh God, no nipples, but let's just machetes everywhere with everybody's heads off and guts pouring out.
yeah.
It's really backwards. It really is. It's very
Yeah.
puritanical here in America.
Yeah.
It's a place of puritanical people.
I'm curious to see what it would be like if we just switched and opened the doors to sex, and
Free the
let's
nipples. Free the
What-
nipples.
well all the way, free all the pieces. Everybody's
Yeah.
pieces get to be seen. Stop being so anal retentive about sex, and
I mean, is it just me, or does it seem like nowadays porn is more acceptable than like the hardcore stand up?
I never thought about that.
Because like people don't
Huh.
you don't hear people bitching about porn anymore. I mean,
Well,
because people used to get really offended by porn.
I do stand up about porn, so yes, but porn is a bit more accepted now because it's everywhere.
I think porn is like regular porn is accepted. You got that
Yeah.
gonzo stuff where they're berating and beating people up, and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
that stuff is still, I think that's taboo. But you get like Sasha Grey going into Entourage and playing the
Yeah.
lead character's girlfriend, and you have all these
you're
these-
right.
porn stars that started off as adult film entertainers, and then they come into the mainstream media and are doing mainstream stuff.
Yeah.
And people aren't as like, oh my gosh, what's her
Yeah.
name? The Ivory Snow girl that did Behind the Green Door.
Yes, Marilyn Chambers, who was
Yeah,
in.
Marilyn
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. She,
I know my
back
porn
in the day, that was-
history.
She was.
Dude,
oh,
I love
right.
the golden
They
age of
wanted-
porn is my shit.
They wanted to, they wanted to get her off the box as fast as they could as soon as she made the
Yeah.
movie.
ASAP
Really?
wanted to. Yes.
You know, there's just weird stuff. I'm fast. Like if I talk about it in stand up, I have a fascination for it, and I think at my strongest, I had a solid 15 minutes on porn alone. And some things that fascinate me are the fact that by the time a female porn star is 25, she starts playing mom roles.
MILFs, like the MILFs, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah. That's fucked up.
and even I haven't been writing recently, but like there's this new thing. I mean, part of a joke that I've written that I haven't performed yet is the fact that, you know, porn is everywhere now. It's accessible. Like, I haven't. This isn't. I haven't properly written it, so it's not in joke format. So please forgive how I'm presenting it. I don't know how I'm going to word it yet, but you know, porn is everywhere. Sometimes all I want to do is download a movie, and instead of getting a copy of Batman versus Superman, you know, I have. If any of you have gone to an illegal website to download a movie, they'll suggest porn, and you know, nowhere else is anything like that. You don't go to a bank and try to rob a bank and there's just some chick there who's naked. And, I haven't ironed the joke out, but like it's just so strange that porn gets suggested on the internet with any sort of shady website thing that you do.
Yep.
And it's just like, no, I'm just trying to download the latest episode of Game of Thrones. I don't want.
Right. You can actually, in fact, you can, and then on the flip side of that, if there's stuff you can't find on YouTube, oddly, it'll be on like YouPorn or Pornhub. I'm serious. Like if you want to watch something that's like Viacom owned, like an MTV Awards or something like that or whatever, you can actually, don't ask me how I know, but you can find it on Pornhub or YouPorn or X Hamster, any of the above, you know.
On the flip side, that costs extra though.
What? Who?
Cost money. Cost what?
The flip side, get it? You know, backdoor.
You're good, you.
Those skits with CPS anniversary.
I remember there was a show on HBO. I think it was HBO. This was a few years back. I wanted to watch it, but it was like telling a difference between porn stars, hookers, and strippers kind of thing.
Glitter.
Yeah, they were going to, it was. I'll tell them the difference between all three of them, like their occupation,
The Bunny Ranch.
what's the sluttiest, and all that kind of stuff, and I don't know. Yeah, it looked interesting though.
Did you guys ever see that show, The Bunny? It wasn't called The Bunny Ranch, but it was
on
literally
HBO, right?
Yeah, it was like a docu-series about chicks that work at the Bunny Ranch.
Yeah,
and it was fascinating stuff. Truly.
No, it all fascinates me. Like when I was in film school, I wrote stuff about women who are able to take advantage of their looks for financial gain. And
I could go deep into this conversation.
Well, right. Well, I mean, I have a fascination because, well, mostly because it's just not an option for me. Like I can't say, you know what, I'm just gonna, you know, show off my dick for a little bit and make some money. I mean, all you have to do is go on Omegle, and there's dicks galore.
Women make more, CP.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you're attractive enough, there are.
You don't have to be that attractive. If you've got a pair of tits and a vagina, you could be a one-leg.
Yeah.
I'm serious. You don't have to be that attractive. I've worked in a strip club before. I'm telling you, for 2 years.
Oh.
You don't have to be.
For my 21st birthday, I was taken to a strip club, and there was 3 women. One of them was already giving a lap dance, so I had a choice between 2. And one of the strippers was pregnant, and I was like, "Oh, okay, so my choice is that one."
I've seen that. I've seen a stripper work until she almost gave birth.
Yeah,
I was
trying to put her kid through college.
She was trying to get that college fund set up. That's what she was working on.
I would be curious to know how much porn stars actually make though.
Women make more than men, unless men do gay porn.
Yeah, I know women make more. I just like
Yeah, it's
Oh,
it's
I
it's
mean-
funny.
Depends on if they're a contract girl or whatever, but I actually have we're not close friends, but she was a girl from Minnesota who, her name is Megan. I forgot her porn name. Doesn't really matter. But she told me depending on the scenes, the more explicit you do, obviously, if you take on like 3 dudes at a time, she would walk away with like $5,000. And I'm still like, yeah, I mean, there's really not a price you could give me that would be like, yeah, I'm cool to take.
Is
I'm
she
not
getting? Excuse the pun. Is she getting anything off the back end though? If the movie does well,
she, no.
Oh,
The only people that get any money off the back end like that are the guys that own
the
it.
guy's making it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
yeah,
they
You know,
to a
the
young
funny
girl.
thing is guys would do it for
like
free.
a lot of money on it.
yeah.
Yeah, well, it
Yeah,
takes some kind of talent to be able to fuck on camera and keep it up. You know, that's not.
Yeah, and not finish quick.
Yeah, and not just be flaccid. You know.
Tell you what, man.
And to produce a good cum shot, guys seem to care about that too. I don't know what that's about, but guys watching porn, like I've seen in comments, they'll be like, "Man, he didn't even bust a good nut, man. I could have done better than that." Like, really? Why are you so concerned with the amount of his ejaculate? Like, what's that about?
There's like, yeah, it's infinitely. I'm just infinitely curious about. I'm fascinated with all these aspects of porn and these, like there's this thing where people want to see like brother sister type, like that's really a big thing now where like I never ever in all of my time of trying to get off have I thought about the characters or the story. Like I can tell you with absolute confidence, I have never watched a porno start to finish. I
can say I never. Well, actually, wait, no, I have, but not.
You start to finish?
Well, because I was watching the old stuff they shot on film. And it ties into what you're saying. There's a movie called Taboo. There's actually a series called Taboo, but the first one stars Kay Parker. She was an icon. She was a British lady who came to America. She had big boobs that were real. She was a foxy-looking woman. But she was foxy. But she fucks her teenage son, and that's why it's called Taboo. And so that was like in 1980, I think, or 81. I have seen all of that because I wanted to see the climactic moment where she finally sucks her son off. I really had to see that.
Just remember that time code, everybody. So Cassie said she wanted to see that moment where she sucks her son off.
He sleeps with his sister as well. The daughter sleeps with the husband.
Yeah,
it's a whole. It's all this. Honey Wilder's in the second one. Kay Parker, yeah.
Kay Parker.
Right. There's like grandpas and grandson. Yeah.
No, my uncle had the collection of them.
Is it your uncle or is it your uncle?
No, my real uncle. My cousin. My cousin showed me. He goes, "Look, my dad's got all these movies and they got boobs on them." Just all of them.
Well,
so
then there's this is a part of my act that has been adjusted since. There's these parody pornos too, where there's a porno for The Walking Dead, where a dude fucks a zombie, and I don't know what. Why is there a market for that? How many people are that are like, oh man, you know what I need to see? I need to see a guy come all over some zombie.
There's a Avengers too.
Yeah. That's the other thing. Like, oh man, you know what would be really cool? I like Batman and Superman and all, but man, if they fucked Wonder Woman, that would really make my day.
So there is a Friday the 13th porn parody.
There's already porn. Friday the 13th 5 is porn.
No, there's an actual Jason sleeps with the girls before he kills them.
No.
Yeah, my ex used to work at an adult video book novelty clothes store. It's called Castle. They're all over the country, and she brought it home, and I was like, really? And we
Thank you,
watched
John
it. It was. I laughed so hard I couldn't. It didn't have its intended effect. I was too busy. Like, really? You're gonna run from Jason? He pulls instead of a machete, he pulls out his like.
What? Did anybody?
Oh, sorry. Chris just got home.
Hi, Chris.
He said hi.
Oh, that was sweet.
All right, so since we're speaking of porn, guys, you might as well.
Yeah. He just worked a 16-hour day. I don't think he's got it in him.
Maybe.
I think I worked. Let me see. From 6 in the morning to 1 at night. Got home. The ex said, "Let's get it on." I was like, "Okay, I only get 4 hours of sleep. I can get this done. Let's do this."
Calculating the time you sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, all right.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give me a head start. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Somebody. So there was a super chat, and I don't know if the super chat was retracted, but it says message retracted.
Do you know who it was?
I don't know. Thank you.
It was John Kyle.
John Kyle, do you remember what the message was?
He didn't have a message.
Oh.
Did he take the money back?
Well, thank you.
I don't think you can take the money back.
I think you can.
It just says message retracted.
Yeah. Thank you for the thought, at the very least, John. Again, I told you unnecessary. Just say hi. We're okay.
Somebody wrote on here. I'm on my old phone looking at some of the comments in this. JW wrote, "I like porn when the wife humiliates the hubby." That's a whole other subtopic of things I find very, very, like.
Oh.
What they call it, cucking, a cucking or cuckolding or whatever. Have you guys heard of that? That's like a thing now. It's a thing where like.
Isn't cuck a derogatory term for?
Yes.
Wait.
It's like it's husbands that want their wives to be with other men. And they like to be like where they're like forced to watch, or they want to be put in like a cage and watched, or get like a chastity, or like get a chastity belt for their dick or some shit. Yeah, seriously, that's a thing. That's a thing. I don't get it because I really don't get that. Like the psychology behind it doesn't sound very loving to me. Like
I project so much of my own insecurity when I masturbate and watch porn. Like I get jealous when another guy gets introduced to this story. It's just like, oh man, why can't the one guy alone be enough? Why do we got to bring? And of course he's got a bigger dick now.
I mean, it is kind of cool though how they've made. Damn near every porn is like, if you have a fetish out there, we got it.
Yeah, there's absolutely something for you.
I've had even just I'm not a known person, but I've had multiple times some random accounts on Instagram message me asking if they could use pictures of my feet for stuff, and I'm like, what feet? And I was like, no, fuck off, but I actually looked into it, and
they're asking for.
Yeah.
Thanks for permission.
I looked it up because I wanted to know what was behind the psychology of foot fetish. And I won't go into the science of it because I'm horrible and I won't be able to describe it very nicely or aptly. But basically, if you were to divide your brain into the sections, where you think of where you think of sex and your erogenous zones, you also think of feet, where it is in your mind. So for people that have foot fetishes, there is science behind it. I mean,
Tarantino.
Then again, some people,
Tarantino's a porn director. There you go.
Hey, do you noticed that too? When me and Chris went to go see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I said, you know what? I've decided he has a foot fetish.
Oh, he absolutely does.
I just now noticed it.
Every film.
He always shows up with girls' feet, even in my favorite In Death Proof. The opening scene has got those feet on the dashboard of the car.
There's multiple.
I hate feet. Right. Feet are disgusting to me. And my friends know this. And this is the kind of friends that I have.
That's just for you.
Oh, it's a handshake. Oh, see,
Feet
Cassie,
holding hands.
do you mind if I use that for my next intro?
Go for it.
Go for it.
I mean, I'll admit, I don't think I've ever watched a Tarantino movie.
Whoa.
Any
What?
of them?
I remember bits and pieces of Kill Bill.
Oh, brother.
It just his movies just don't seem like they would interest me.
Okay.
They are amazing.
Okay.
I do kind of want to watch the Hollywood one just because of the cast.
Yeah. Yep, that's a solid cast. I need to rewatch it because I was kind of meh about it, but I really want to watch it again because I was kind of meh about Hateful Eight. Then I saw it again. I was like, no, I'm an idiot. My back plays into stuff because, just like It Chapter 2, I didn't have a good time because I had to get up in the middle because I was so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So, when I can watch something in the privacy of my own home and stretch and take a back break.
Where you guys go, do you have the reclining seats or the leather reclining seats?
We do. We have two theaters within a mile and a half of each other, and we call the one that's closer and doesn't have the good seats. We call that the mouse theater because we literally saw a mouse in the theater there. It's old and danky, but it's the closer one. But we have the swanky theater with the recliner seats.
Yeah, because it's like for it, I actually had to stand up, and Avengers, I had to stand up and do some walking because of my back issues, and I don't have issues like what you got, so I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, no, and even the recliner, usually I'm okay. These seats, nope.
Don't they got like theater seats now where like they vibrate and they
yeah, that's 4DX,
4D,
and they throw mist on you and shit if it rains. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's
little hardcore.
I mean, I bet
pretty
those
awesome.
tickets are pretty expensive though.
Oh, it's got to be because New York's a little different. Movie tickets here are already like $16.
Yeah.
So got to be at least 20 for that experience. At least 20.
I think they're 18 for the IMAX here. Yeah, 18.
And that's in Alaska.
Bucks. Yeah.
You're in Alaska?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, I thought. Oh, you live there, or I thought.
Yeah, I just moved here.
That's cool.
I did live in Connecticut. Just moved.
Connecticut.
How's Alaska?
Alaska, I love it.
I
Does it ever get
Alaskan
10
cruise.
degrees?
It's beautiful.
Below 10 degrees or above? Yeah, it's 50.
Does it ever get above 10 degrees?
Yeah, it's like 50 something right now.
59.
Oh, you dick.
Are you guys in the part of the year yet where it's still daylight at night?
No, that was June, July.
Okay.
Oh,
Like
Denmark gets like that too.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Denmark. It gets dark-ish, but sunset is midnight and then sunrise is 3 a.m. That really fucked with me.
Yeah. It is
Further
like
north
Oh, go ahead.
The further north you go, like up in it's not Barrow anymore, but most people know it as Barrow and Prudhoe Bay. You get up there, it's 24 hours of daylight, and there's actually like that 30 days of night or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It gets pretty close to that where the sun barely hits the horizon and comes back up. It never fully goes below the horizon.
Fuck that.
I'm thinking of the film Insomnia with Al Pacino and Robin Williams and Hilary Swank. That's a pretty good film, and that was the first time I learned of it when I saw that in the movie theater. I did not even know. Of course, I was. That's very interesting to me. It's cool. It wouldn't be so cool sleeping.
Yeah, not when you're trying to sleep.
Yeah,
cool
but for it to be like 10:30 p.m. and sunlight outside, that's kind of crazy to just think of it. It's crazy.
We'll be out like in the summertime. You'll be out around the fire pit with some people drinking some beers, playing cornhole or whatever, and you're like, "Hey, what time is it?" And you look at your watch, and it's like 3 a.m.
Dang.
And it's like, "Oh man, I gotta go home." The kids are still outside playing. You think it's like 10.
I wouldn't mind that in reverse. I like darkness. Give me.
Oh,
yes,
we're getting into
too.
that.
Me
We're getting
too.
into that soon. Like I would get to work at 7, and it would still be like midnight dark. I would get out of work at 4:30, go outside, and it'd be like 10, 11 o'clock dark at night.
Talk about
So
seasonal
you have like
affective disorder. Yeah.
you have like 5 hours of total like sunlight.
That's awesome. Give me that all day.
I like it.
In person too.
I love it.
But the vitamin
My-
D deficiency would be real though. For real.
Yeah, fuck it.
I was
take
taking
'em.
50,000 milligram tablets of.
I take that once a week.
Yep, the once a week
Yep.
tablets.
I take those too. Yeah.
Vitamin D?
I
Yeah, vitamin D?
Vitamin
Sorry.
D.
I think when they do your measurement, and I registered at a 9, and it's not
Yes.
supposed to be that low.
No, it's not. You need to be like 35 or higher, I think is what it is. I have an autoimmune condition, so I have
Yeah.
to really watch my vitamin stuff. And I don't get in the sun very often either, so as you can probably
Yeah.
tell.
The sun is my enemy.
Yeah.
The
Mm.
enemy of your enemy is my friend. So I love this. I love the moon.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Why is the
Because it's the enemy of the sun,
moon?
Yeah. That's one way of looking at
and
it. Yeah.
and the sun is my enemy.
Mm.
So like my man cave downstairs is not gonna have any windows, and that's gonna be like perfect for me.
Perfect. Yes, nice.
I miss my house. My house, I had blackout. I tinted out the windows, and it was.
We have that, and in me and Chris's bedrooms, we have blackout shades in there, so it's pitch black in there for sleep. Optimum.
Yep.
Speaking of that, I need to go spend some time with him before he goes to sleep. If you guys are still on here in about 20 minutes, I'll be back.
Okie dokie.
Is that okay?
That's fine. Just drop back in.
Okay.
So
How do I do that? Do I just exit out and then just ask to come back in and
Yeah.
like about a bit?
there should be like a little red hang up, like a little. I don't know. You're on your phone. It
Oh, I
looks
see
like.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
That, and I think if you just hit like the thing again, it'll dial me back in.
Okay.
Yeah, it should.
All right.
If you hit the phone, it should have the join call again on there. If he's
Yeah.
already
Okay.
invited you.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. Well, I'll be back.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Thanks for the warning.
If you do something fun, film it.
Yep.
Wait, let me get the super chats ready. Hold on. No, go ahead.
God.
Hey. Oh, now I gotta fix the things again.
Oh,
the
damn.
damn people leaving on the fly. Where are you? All right, so here, there. Felix, your shit's moving around. All right, so where do we go from porn? I mean, I don't know how to segue out of that.
Strippers?
I don't know. Strippers. That's a good one. Yeah, they have a world famous strip club up here, but
World famous?
yep, and no one knows about it. It's world famous, but no one knows about it. Alaska Bush Company.
Are they not allowed to shave?
No, they can do whatever. Man, it's during the winter when they have the college girls here.
Whoa.
You get some nice looking girls because the UAA is just down the street, University of Anchorage, Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
And during the summer when spring break and fall break when all the good looking girls go back home, you get old Peggy, and they don't call her that's her name because she's got a peg leg.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know, and like that girl from what is it, Total Recall, the 3-breasted girl.
Oh, Total Recall, yeah. You make
Yeah.
wish I had 3 hands.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kapani, for that comment. That was nice.
Oh, you doing a show? You gonna take off your clothes?
No.
Oh, do you guys know each other?
Yeah, she's my wife.
Oh,
She's all Fort Dalton taking his clothes off.
I was like, wow, all right.
She's like, bonk, check.
Oh, I thought I was gonna be a matchmaker, and I'm not. I'm just.
She's brown chicken, brown cow.
And speaking of that, I mean, I know you met Emily on YouTube, right?
Yeah, yes. Technically, the only way I know of Emily is via YouTube. Yes.
So was
So
that how you guys started talking and kind of
yeah,
just progressed? Or
she was being interviewed on another channel, and I felt like the person that was interviewing her wasn't letting her speak enough. I wanted to hear more of what Emily had to say. And I did. There was no. I'm being sincere when I say this. There was no physical attraction or anything at that moment. I was just curious to hear more from her, and interviewed her. The person whose channel this was gave me Emily's information, which is a little fucked up. I mean, um, I would hope she would have asked Emily's permission for that, but whatever. Gave me the email address. I emailed Emily. We did an interview. Got to talking about stuff. After that, we kind of came close. At that time, Emily identified as a lesbian, so there was this kind of brick wall up, and I don't know. Like it's funny when I tell people online, like I try to give them advice and stuff, because people are just like, oh wow, you're beautiful, and it's just like, guys, that's not gonna work. Like you can't. You've got to approach it differently. But here I am. I played from a different set of rules too, because if you go into any sort of relationship with somebody thinking that you don't really have it, if there's no romantic possibilities, you let loose a little bit. You're a bit more open, and it's a catch-22. Like, you want people to fall for you, the version of you that you want to be comfortable with, but when you're trying to impress somebody, you're not being you. You're being oh, let me gussy myself up, let me
Yeah.
whatever, yeah, let me try to play into what I think this person wants. And it's just it's just strange how
Wait, you're supposed to do that?
yeah.
That's my problem.
Everybody puts on a show when they first start
Right.
dating or whatever.
Right.
Even women. I mean,
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
And so there, like, the progression of our relationship really genuinely started out as like a friendship, and I don't know what the fuck, because I think what I started falling for her, and I sent her a message. I was like, listen, I don't we need to dial this back, because I know you're gay, and I like there's certain things I can't handle. I'm starting, like, the because I joke about sex with everybody, like gay, straight, like man, female, like you name it. I'm joking about your parts, but for some reason I got too caught up with Emily, and I was like, I need to dial this back a bit, because I think I'm it has nothing to do with you, but I'm falling for you. And she's like, well, to paraphrase, she's like, well, that's it's kind of mutual. And I was like, wait, what? Oh, okay. Well, then there was the whole obstacle of being entire countries apart, so we were kind of
You were only an ocean apart.
well, yeah, yeah. Well, we were closer than I am to you right now, Felix. I'll say that much. Yeah. So I was in Denmark and she was in England, and there were periodic visits, and over the course of time, we figured out that yeah, it works, but like that, it was nights of talking on Skype, and again, it started out as a friendship. I can't tell you when I first started telling Emily about her looks, even after I told her that I was into her. Like, the only tip I can give to somebody who's trying to snag somebody off the computer is don't talk about their looks. If they're attractive, they've heard that. Talk about something that they're talking about. Talk about something that they're into, and
Hey, CP, you know I really like Kango hats.
yeah.
Yeah.
Please tell me more.
See, I thought that maybe she was in New York, and you were in New York, and yeah.
No, it was a dumb accident that I came across her on the Horror Addicts channel, and there was times where she was getting asked questions, and Gory was talking. I was like, I want to hear the answer to this.
Oh, I think I was on that one because I was like, Emily would like, she was quiet, but then when she would start to
she
say
was
something,
really quiet.
Gory would jump,
cut
her off. So Emily kind of just kept dialing further and further back.
Yeah, and I was like, I need to hear the rest of this. And my thing was, I made her laugh in the chat, and like that to me, that's where I get off. Is if I can make somebody laugh, that's my ejaculation. Like if I can make people laugh, then that's I'm a comedian. That's whatever. So
yeah,
that was
a lot of women like a funny guy too. So
yeah, they'll say that. They'll say that, and trust me, if it's between a funny guy and I don't know, The Rock, I don't think they're gonna take the funny guy.
Well, but that's like he's both though.
Yeah, I don't know if he's that funny. CP making women straight for years. I don't know if she's technically straight. It's weird because, I don't know how to explain it, but it's weird things that I used to worry about with exes, like making a comment or looking at a female. She actually beats me to the punch, and it's just like, well, I don't know how I feel about this. This is kind of weird. Like we were watching just It Chapter 2, and Emily had a comment about Jessica Chastain, and I was like, wait a minute, that's my line. What are you doing?
Yeah, I watched some of that commentary. I was cracking up sometimes because she would say something or do something, and you would just kind of look over and like give her some kind of look, and I just started cracking up. Like,
yeah, we have a good time. Some people don't understand that we're putting on a bit of a show, but we have a good time. Emily's the thing that turns me on most about her is her ability to laugh. She's an extremely funny girl, and she doesn't let that out enough, in my opinion. Like when she does her stuff in her videos, she's really she's a good writer, and when she's like when she's just off the cuff, she's really fucking funny. What are you laughing at?
I thought you were gonna say free balling.
No, I'm free balling. I meant spitballing. What
You said free.
Free,
I was like,
free flowing and spitballing. There you go.
she's really talented.
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
unfortunate that both of you guys don't have more like subs and stuff. But
I'll say her more than me, but yeah. No, the work she puts in, and again, I'm trying my best to get, because there's parts of Emily that like it. You guys on Patreon probably see it a bit more in the vlog video. That's a lot closer to her. She's very funny, very dark sense of humor, which I think works for us because we joke about some fucked up shit where I mean, some of it we would have to have a disclaimer before if we did it like live, but stuff on the news we're simpatico joking about shit that kind of fresh and shouldn't be joked about.
That damn stream you did a couple days ago whenever you said that just in the middle of the night she was talking about the pedophile thing and the dolls and stuff, and that thing you did with Cecil. So, and it's just like what?
Yeah. She she's just so funny. Like, and again, there's certain times of like she catches me by surprise, and like that's everything that I've been told about me with other people in regards to making them laugh. Emily does to me, and it's just, fuck. She's perfect for me. I don't want to be too mushy. That is Charles saying that, not CP. Charles is a mushy bitch who loves his wife.
Damn it! Now my glasses are gonna fog up.
But CP thinks she should make some fucking dinner.
She's gonna make you some freaking blood pudding.
Ugh, all that British shit. Fucking no.
And then some spotted dick for dessert.
Yeah, but we technically, I discovered her on YouTube, and then interviewed her on YouTube, and then we kind of Skyped from there forward, and now we're merely, for the most part, a joint YouTube venture. Especially if you're on Patreon, you see us a lot on like the vlog shit.
Yeah. Probably my best one that I've seen since I became Patreon is when you were watching Mission Impossible Fallout.
Oh.
And then you turn your phone and like she's just on her phone texting. I'm like, yep, that's what mine does. Yep.
Dude, I love action movies, and she just does not break, or she'll laugh. Like the first time I had a genuine idea of just how not into action movies Emily was I was watching Dark Knight Rises, and Bane starts talking, and she loses her shit. She's laughing, and I'm like, what the fuck is so funny? She's like, how do you take his voice seriously? I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I can't watch this movie if you're going to laugh the whole fucking time.
I don't know if anybody laughed. I mean, I know that voice got a little bit of hate when it first came out.
I get it, but like she's rolling like she's watching a Laurel and Hardy movie. It's just like, what the fuck, man?
So, like, does she just like horror, or?
No, actually, we've had, I don't know if I should be saying this publicly. She said that, she kind of painted herself in a corner with her channel title, and she'd like to talk about other stuff, but the name of the channel is Emily's Adventures in Horrorland. And I was like, well, just fucking do a different channel, or if you want to do non-horror, do it here. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, well, I mean,
people want to watch you here anyway.
Action. So I don't know if she likes like romance or comedies or.
Yeah, no, she's into like dramedies and some weird. Well, like I introduced her to Fargo, and she loves that movie. She quotes it a lot. There's, it would be interesting because she hates action, but likes other types of movies. Her taste in comedy though is, she's a very funny girl with really weird taste in comedy as far as film is concerned.
She's a Brit.
Yeah, like not even British comedy. Like I can get down with some of that when she's like, she'll say like, oh, this is kind of like that scene in Meet the Fockers. And I'm like, what the fuck? What? How could you be so funny and memorize something from Meet the Fockers? What the fuck?
I got nipples. Can you milk me?
Can you milk me?
Gaylord Falker.
Yeah. Sandra, I read that the other day. Sandra's husband is named Hal, and they got married in 2001. Hal, 2001. Anybody?
I got it.
That's neat.
It's, I wonder if it was a Space Odyssey based theme wedding.
Oh, you should have. That would have been neat. Yeah. Yeah, you can change your channel name, Zachary, but the 1.3 thousand people that are there, and her request list is pretty heavy on the horrors. She would have a hard time,
what was her take on the whole how much would she sell her channel for thing? Did you ask her about that, or?
Em, are you a headphones? She might not. Embo. It's past midnight, and I'm screaming. You know, this is the version of the dog barking. You know, so. Sorry. I'll see if I can get. Oh wait. And cat. Wait. How the fuck? Wait. Why did it not work? Cassie's trying to get back in. And
Hi.
hi.
I gotta be slightly more quiet now, so at least you guys can talk and I won't monopolize the conversation.
She put him to bed.
I did. I put him to sleep.
That was quick.
Yeah, he is.
16-hour day.
After a 16-hour day, he was just trying to get his.
Yeah. And it doesn't take me long either, so it's all good. We're a perfect match.
Giddy up.
Oh.
No, we have fun. Yeah, I don't know. I'll get back to that, Dalton. She's got, when she's doing stuff, she has her headphones on, and it's midnight 15 where I am, and I don't want to make the neighbors upset like I'm their fucking dog, because
Oh, I've heard about the dog.
God knows that thing just likes to be loud.
Yeah, I told Emily that I think the dog has separation anxiety.
It does. No, it absolutely does. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whenever you know, like if I were a really sadistic fucking asshole, I could rob them, because I know whenever they're not home, it's just like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I've got at least 10 minutes. Let me go raid the fridge, and I don't know why I would. Well, I don't know why I would raid the fridge for the first thing for a robbery.
They have vanilla Coke.
That's probably it. Let me just make sure there's none extra. Fucking addict. Hey, John, Kyle, John, you don't have to. Thank you very much for the $2 super chat. You do not have to drop the super chats. You could just say hi, John. Hi. Thank you. But yes, I see initials. You don't have to. Everybody. So there's a giant 3-foot. There's a giant 4-foot by 3-foot framed picture of Kubrick behind them. Sandra, sorry, Cassie, to catch you up. Sandra was telling us that her husband's name is Hal, and they were married in 2001, which I think is if you don't, do you know 2001? Do you know the movie?
Yes, the Space Odyssey.
Yeah, well, Hal the robot in 2000.
Yes, it's been a minute, but I'm following. It's been a few years since I saw that film, but yes, I'm following.
Don't you think that's sweet? I think it's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Why do I feel like the feminine bitch here? And you're just like, yeah. What's your point, bro? Let's go.
I had a friend of mine, female, and I was.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Like,
whatever.
We're gonna have to get married on May the 4th.
Be with you.
And she's like, no. I was like, well, fuck, this ain't never gonna go anywhere then. She looked at me. I'm like, yup.
Oh, okay. So, John Steele. So, now it's all different. To my screen left is Cassie. Below me is Felix, and to fucking screen right is Dalton.
Yep. Believe in the hype. Yep.
Oh, believe in the hype. See, I didn't. I that's some people don't want.
No, I mean you can call me by my name, but people in the chat, they might know me more by believe in the hype, because I'm always in the fucking chat.
Yeah.
So.
Believe in the hype. Cassie Hart and Raiders 8K.
He can call me Flower if he wants.
Also known as Fuck the Patriots.
Fuck the Patriots.
Oh no.
Cheating ass bastards.
I guess since we were talking kind of some action, and somebody did mention John Wick, what is y'all's favorite action movie?
Star Wars.
Does that count? Does it really count?
It's action.
Oh.
I know everybody loves Star Wars, but I could
I
never.
don't. I don't. I don't like any Star Wars.
Well,
I
it's
hate
been
it.
nice, guys. I guess it's time to wrap up.
I genuinely don't like Star Wars at all.
Yeah.
You're a Star
Okay.
Trek person?
No, I'm not a Star person. Any person? No, I don't. Sci-fi is not my bag.
Oh.
So, like, what's y'all's favorite, like, I guess, decade of Star Wars?
Wait, hold on a second. Hold that thought for a second. So, Felix, John Kyle Stanton in the chat is saying he's sorry.
Oh yeah, we talked about it last night. We're
Well,
good. I don't remember him being anything, Tenny. So it's good.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm glad we got that. We got that achieved. So there you go, John. See, everything's cool. Everybody's cool. Sorry, Dalton.
Oh, you're fine.
Please pick up where you left off.
Oh, I was just asking, I guess, you and Felix, since you guys are the Star Wars guys, what's your, like, favorite Star Wars decade? You guys like the old ones, the prequels, the new shit? What?
The originals.
Yeah, I guess that's an easy question to answer.
I wanna know what happens in 9, then I'll get back to you because I like episode 4 and 5 a lot. I don't like 6 as much. I like Revenge of the Sith more than I like Return of the Jedi, and so far, I like 7 and 8 more than I like Jedi. So
So confusing.
if 9 ends up being on par with 7 and 8, I might be inclined to say this new decade. But the stronger films are absolutely 4 and 5, the strongest.
Which one is the one? I went to the theater to see one with a
Deeper?
friend of mine years ago. It came. I think it was around the year 2001, and it was about the backstory of Darth Vader when he was a kid. Which one's that?
It's either
Episode
Phantom Menace
1.
or Attack of the Clones.
I, in my lifetime, have only walked out of 2 films in a movie theater, and that's one of them. I was like, I could not get into it. That, and the other one was Mary Riley, which was in the 90s with Julia Roberts.
Oh.
Horrible movie. Horrible.
Ugh.
Like,
You guys remember that? It's horrible.
Yeah, Phantom Menace was terrible, but I didn't mind the other two.
Yeah, I don't like Attack of the Clones for some reason.
That was a love story.
Yeah, and maybe that's it. And the conveyor
Yeah,
belt
that-
scene is weird. Like it's just
Yeah.
a weird movie.
Yeah, that the jumper dude, I don't know his fucking name, but he can't act for shit. Like,
Hayden Christensen.
He's in
Hayden
Jumper,
Christensen, the jumper dude.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Shitty Anakin. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the kid Anakin was a better actor than freaking a teenage adult Anakin. Oh,
Mm.
that
Like, I
that
don't
was
even know what's going on now in the timeline. I know Harrison Ford came back and then for like one movie and he's done, and
Deed.
yeah. He didn't
He
really
what?
want to come back, but they brought him back.
Dude, they threw him a fuck ton of money, and he said,
I bet-
"You better
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
kill me."
Yep.
Yeah.
It was kind of like someone offering you $30 million to play football for 2 seasons and you can't fucking do it. They offered him $30 million and he was like, well, halfway through the season, I'm going to quit. They're like, all right, we'll kill you.
like, did he not do a very good performance, or was
No,
it,
he's yeah. In Force Awakens, he's actually pretty good, considering the stuff he's done in the 2000s. He actually doesn't appear to be mailing it in.
okay? Because I know some actors, when they don't really want to do something but they get paid a lot of money, their acting performance ain't the best. So
He was no Jennifer Lawrence in Dark Phoenix.
Oh, burn!
He was not mailing it in.
Oh,
like,
And
oh,
I'm
that
a
was
big
something
Jennifer
else.
Lawrence fan.
yeah.
She's
I know-
good. And that's
Dark
yeah.
Phoenix has been out for a while, but do you guys think now Last Stand will start to look a little bit better now?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dark
Yeah.
Phoenix was abysmal. A fucking abysmal.
I don't think it was as bad as most people said it is, but it
Yeah.
was not very good.
I think the X-Men has a good little franchise. They really only have one terrible movie in that franchise.
Which one?
Origins.
Mm-hmm.
All the other ones are pretty solid to me, anyways. But and now I haven't seen Dark Phoenix yet. But yeah. So.
Do you consider like all like the Wolverine spinoffs part of the X-Men, or do you just consider that when it's X-Men titled? Like
I consider the Wolverine part of it.
Okay.
I know a good action movie I like.
Oh.
Did you guys
Taboo.
ever see?
Not that kind of action.
Aside from No, it was a movie with Mel Gibson in the 90s called Payback. Did you guys ever see that?
Yes, that's a
I've
good
heard.
That's a fun movie.
I think
Of course, yeah, I like those kind of movies, those kind of action revenge movies. I like the Death Wish films; those are fun.
I thought Lethal Weapons were really good.
Those are
in the
fun.
day.
Those are fun. Yeah.
Because Danny Glover I'm getting too old for this shit. and when they have to pull the blanket over the top of him and land in the tub because he's on the crapper.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's got to be a hell of a way to, your partner has to pull you off the toilet and land in the tub.
Will the New Mutants ever be released? Yes, probably on Disney Plus. Disney Plus or Hulu. Sorry.
Disney Plus.
I don't know what my favorite action movie is. There's so fucking many of them. Is Training Day considered an action movie?
Oh my God, such a good film. So good.
Is it?
It's
We're getting wide here.
It's like a crime drama, I would call it, but it's action too. It's so good. That's such a good film.
I did like Training Day.
I don't trust anyone who doesn't like Training Day. That doesn't make sense if you don't.
I'm a big Denzel Washington fan.
I am too.
Yes.
You guys ever seen Hurricane?
I like the John Wick movies.
Good. That's a good film.
I would prefer the first Equalizer over any of the John Wicks.
I haven't seen
the first Equalizer.
Really?
I haven't heard they're good.
Yeah. Like that warehouse, that Home Depot scene in Equalizer is the best anything in John Wick to me.
John Wick is pretty. I think that's the problem with John Wick. John Wick looks
My mom has such a crush on Keanu Reeves. She told me that a few months ago. I was like, "You what?" She said, "Yes, he is so handsome." I said, "Go, okay, Mom." I never knew.
I always thought the problem with John Wick is exactly what you said, Cassie. Is he's too pretty to be like the deadly assassin kind of guy. Where Denzel Washington's got those rugged good looks, but he could still be that. I'm gonna jack you up.
And I think what they did really well in Equalizer is, in John Wick, we kind of, after his dog dies, we know from the start, okay, this guy's a badass.
No spoilers. But the dog dies. Damn it.
Yeah. And Equalizer, that's pretty nothing early about Denzel until he shuts that door and starts fucking up people with shot glasses and stuff.
Oh shit! I need to watch this movie.
Oh, the Equalizer. My gosh!
There's two of them.
Right? When he starts fucking all those Russians, I was like, fuck, where the hell did this come from? Like,
May I ask a question? I haven't even seen the trailer. I think I saw a trailer the other day when I was about to watch a video on YouTube where he goes over to these three douchey white guys' place, and they're like giving him a black credit card to pay for something, and he says that I just took their girl. Do you want to know what happened to her? She had her stomach pumped or whatever. Is he like a fixer, kind of like the TV show Ray Donovan? Is that what he is in the movies? What is the premise? I don't even know.
No, he was a ex I don't know if he was like CIA or military trained killer. He's like a super badass kind of dude.
Yeah.
It's based on a TV show that was called.
Okay. Yeah.
And so he's in the second part. He's more into I'm gonna be part of the community and save this community and take care of the good people. But it was the first time I'm
gonna check those out. They sound good.
Well,
they are really good. And they're more down to earth than John Wick. John Wick gets a little fucking crazy with the logic.
Yeah.
And Equalizer 2 is Denzel Washington's first ever sequel.
Oh wow, that's a cool fact.
Yeah.
He's.
'Cause
I
he-
don't.
if-
You really
he
can't go
got
wrong.
a
I
lot
can't
of
think of a
movies.
bad Denzel film.
Denzel's good in everything he's in. I could probably name you a
That's-
bad Denzel movie.
My
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
first thing I saw him in was in high school, and we watched Glory in history class.
That's a good
And
film.
oh my God, is it good? And when he cries, I cried. I mean, he's just so good. He's good in that and Hurricane, Malcolm X. He's great in Malcolm X. He's
That movie where he's the lawyer that came out recently. That's not a great movie, but he's great in it. Roman
Mhm.
J. Esquire.
Yeah.
Roman J.
Yeah.
Israel.
mhm,
Does he
I've heard.
Does he play a lawyer in Philadelphia too? Don't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. You're right.
Typecast.
Yeah. The only movie that I've seen of Denzel that was so is Fallen.
Yeah.
I have.
I haven't
not
seen that.
Yep, that's
What was that? What was
it's-
that movie? He had a movie about a year or two ago where it was like a drama movie where it's a husband and wife drama, and it was talked about a
Census.
lot. Yes, I haven't seen that. My mom didn't like it, but then again, her judge of movies is not the same as mine. But
It's
What do
actually
you do?
based. It's based on a play.
okay, okay.
I think one of my top 5 Denzel Washington movies that most people don't even talk about is A Soldier Story.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's an old young Denzel, and it's freaking amazing. It's about a black. It's in the army, so I don't know what they're called, black regiment or something, in the segregated army back in the day, and they have an overbearing sergeant that they call all the junior troops refer to him like an Uncle Tom because he's trying to get rank, and he's always trying to please the higher ups who are all white. I mean, it's a great freaking movie. I love it. I watch at least twice a year.
Oh wow, that
Another
sounds good.
Another good one that a lot of people don't talk about is the Magnificent Seven.
The what is which
Oh,
one
I
is
haven't
it?
rewatched it since it came
Magnificent
out.
Seven. Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
I
really
haven't
Good
seen,
flick.
I haven't seen that either.
The remake of 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 the Seven
Yeah.
Samurai.
And was it Antoine Fuqua? I think he's an underrated director.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's so many that are underrated that you get Jordan Peele puts out one movie and he's the next freaking
Dude.
Alfred
yeah.
Hitchcock.
Dude.
I mean, granted it's a great movie, but there's people that have put out so many good flicks that they don't get the recognition because it was the Magnificent Seven. It was that movie was amazing.
Mm.
I mean, can anybody explain to me how Jordan Peele got so big, anyways? Like, is it
He's
just
a comedian.
He
He was on
think
TV as a
comedy.
comedian.
Yeah. He started out on Mad TV, I think.
Yep.
Mad TV, and he's kind of been in the scene for a long time, but and I think people were surprised that a comic like him would come out and write. Well, he doesn't call it a horror film, but a horror film. But I did not like Us at all. Actually, we don't have to talk about it, but I didn't like it. I like Get Out quite a bit, but I did not enjoy Us.
I gave
just
Us
didn't.
a 2.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it. I thought I would, but I didn't.
Yeah, and like when people went in to watch that movie, they thought it was going to be the complete opposite of that.
Mm.
Yeah.
There's too many plot holes in Us for me to really enjoy it. I'm like,
Yeah,
didn't have
a
any-
lot of stuff doesn't make sense. That third act is
Yeah.
just like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm thinking back on it, all the things I was just going, huh?
Bye, Sandra.
What?
It was almost to me like the below was like dairy. Once you left it, you forgot. 'Cause I'm like, how do you forget that? You know?
Yeah. There's a crucial thing that's just like, this one person should be a bit different, and just like what you're talking about.
Oh, you're the mom, baby.
Like dairy.
Yeah.
All right, what's going on?
I've got a kitty.
Oh,
Kitty.
see now Cassie's showing her pussy on
Oh,
screen.
yeah.
That's
Got a lot of gray in it though.
Yeah, it's
Like,
good.
you got
I
to.
haven't touched up my roots lately. Shut up.
I was gonna tell you, I have a friend who uses product in his hair. If you'd like a recommendation for.
Oh, we've
Forget-
talked about that. I don't like the product he uses in his hair. It's too obvious. It's making it fall out at a faster rate.
Oh no. No, I think that's stress and anxiety. That's at least I would hope.
Oh, the weight
Jesus.
loss. It's probably the diet plan. That diet plan he's been on. Oh, we are shady, messy bitches.
Oh no, everything.
I know this has kind of been touched on in other streams, but I guess to go back to the Stephen King thing, what movies would like to see as like a remake or reboot?
Oh, that's
Stephen King or just in general?
in
Stephen
general.
King.
Oh, Stephen
Oh.
King.
I would like to see Silver Bullet.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Thinner again. Thinner is one of my favorites. I love that. I have so much fun with that movie.
White
Thinner.
men from down.
I like Cat's Eye. Thinner. I like
Shining.
Sleepwalkers. I like Sleepwalkers. Nobody else likes that but me. And I know that's not based on a book. He just wrote that as a screenplay, I think. But Sleepwalkers is one of my guilty pleasure movies. It just makes me laugh my ass off. It's so much fun.
I'd watch
Sleepwalkers
it. I don't think
is
it's
a good idea,
bad.
but the execution was terrible.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies I enjoyed watching as
I'll
a
be back.
kid. As a teenager, it was fun. And so watching it now, it's just, if I want to toss that in with some other cheesy movie, I'll watch that, like Slaughter High or Hide and Go Shriek, or any like B and C level horror films. I mean, I'll even watch Toxic Avenger. I'll watch Toxic Avenger and really just have a fun time with it. Somebody's
I know a
peeing.
lot of people.
Somebody's peeing right now. Taking a big old pee. Taking a
A
big
lot
old.
of
Felix's
or-
mic is on his headphones.
He's taking a big old piss.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Listen, just
That was
make sure you
good.
come back with a cup of water, and we could all play it off. It'll be fine.
But
That's
a
awesome.
lot of people say Christine and Cujo,
Oh,
No.
Cujo's so good.
but I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, how much can you change though? What are you gonna do?
Cujo.
Change the dog?
Dude, we just saw Cujo a couple of days ago, and that movie is padded to fuck. Nothing happens in that movie.
It's heartbreaking though.
Well,
Doesn't
it's just
end
a fucking dog hanging out. They're stuck in the car, and the kids.
Yeah, like
Brad
it's
and-
boring. Like I don't know what you would change, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
like, you'd have to like make it all rabid and like you'd have to add so much to it. I say take Maximum Overdrive and go in the other direction and
Oh,
go
Maximum
super serious, and make it like really fucked up, and take away that alien aspect. Have it be some sort of glitch, some sort of, I don't know. Everything's controlled by Siri anyway, so might as well just have it be some. Well, essentially it becomes Terminator, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Have it become Skynet?
Yeah. I love that he can
have you
still
guys ever
interact.
seen
I know. He's washing his hands.
Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, well,
He's done the jingle.
pouring his
I know,
glass
the
of
little-
water.
The little jingle. Yeah, we got to hear you empty that bladder, man.
No, he filled this glass of water. He's okay. I don't know what you're talking about.
Two of these during the stream, kind of.
He just poured it out and into the cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no more cold, so.
Yeah.
But
No. I've seen Cujo. It was on TV, and saw it, Tim, and it doesn't age well for this ADD soaked brain.
Yeah.
You know what I would really like them to see them remake is Pet Cemetery.
Again?
Dun,
Well,
dun, dun.
they haven't remade it. I refuse to acknowledge that.
Have you seen
Dumpster
it?
fire.
Yeah,
That
it's
dumpster fire of a movie.
Yeah.
I know. I'm probably going to be the only one, but
Oh,
I
no.
like that remake.
No.
no.
Have you seen the
The only
original?
thing that I didn't like was Judd.
Have you seen the original?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No.
I mean, I'm not saying it's better than the original. I'm just saying I liked
Okay.
it. The third act was rushed,
Holy
and I
fuck
did
was
not
it?
like. And I did not like Judd. I prefer Judd in the first one.
Yeah, no, Judd's a shit. Hard to compete with Fred Gwynn.
Yeah, but I didn't think it was that bad, to be honest.
Uh,
It was a lot more like gory, I guess.
yeah,
Well,
there's that portion where like, fuck it, spoiler, guys, but you're being saved money. I'm sorry. There's the portion where like the daughter is like, where like she's dancing, and like you think he's just gonna raise her as living dead girl for a little bit.
Yeah.
And they fucking abandoned that within 5 minutes, where it was like, all right, you had a moment there where I would really like to see what you would have done with like an extra 10 minutes of having to deal with zombie daughter, and you just fucking bailed on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't perfect by no means, but
Yes, no, we all agree on that point.
there's perfect, and then perfect
There's
is on
that.
Earth, and then Pet Cemetery is on Pluto. It's not even a freaking planet anymore.
Yeah.
It's a dwarf planet.
but I think the acting is better in the remake.
No,
other
no,
than,
no,
other
no.
than
Oh, that
Fred Gwynn.
in that first
Oh.
act, I was like, oh my god, this is so much better than the original. The acting is so great. And then
Well, it's campy in the original. You have nothing but
I didn't like the lead actor. I didn't like the mom.
Midkiff?
I was just
Yeah.
like, these people, they had no chemistry at all. I'm just like,
None.
Oh.
None. I
Yeah.
happen to like the original, and I like Del Midkiff. I like his acting. I really felt it.
he chewed some scenery. I love that movie to death, but I'll give you the acting is better in the sequel.
I would say I guess it was melodramatic is what you may not like
Yes.
about it.
Oh,
right. And I
man.
guess me
What did you do?
Yeah.
Oh, just fucking
You know,
hang up
most
the phone,
most
bro.
of his work has been in Lifetime movies from the 90s and TV movies
No.
and stuff. Yeah. So yeah. So I was a fan of his from that stuff, I guess. But I can see what you're talking about. Absolutely, he's melodramatic for sure.
Yeah.
But I think I've heard Cody talk about it too, and he said that he loved Dale Midkiff in that movie. I think if you watched it growing up and you kind of had a fondness for it, or it was, tender to you or something,
love that movie.
then it's nostalgia. So I don't know.
oh,
but
I love Pet Cemetery. That book scared. I was
Oh,
a grown
God.
ass. I was a grown ass man. Like
Mhm.
22. I was 22 reading it, living in the dorms in the military, and I had to sleep with the light on because the book scared me so damn bad.
yeah.
And the movie was just as terrible because I knew what was going on. I'm like, man, the acting sucks, but this movie is so great, and it never distracted from
Yeah.
me. But when I saw the second one, I'm like, oh, this is what I wanted in the first, and
Yeah.
then I soon ate my words.
Let me ask you. I haven't watched it yet. I've only seen bits of it. I don't care. Spoilers don't bother me. In fact, I actively seek spoilers out. I do that for everything. But the Zelda, I know
We
I'm
all
weird.
done yet.
Yeah. Well, even when I read a book, I'll skip ahead and read like the latter, like someplace in the middle, and then I'll go back to where I was. I get into that. But the Zelda in the original is so damn creepy and effective. In the remake, is the Zelda do they just kind of drop the ball? Would you guys
Yeah,
say?
drop. It's funny that you said drop, referring to Zelda.
Yeah. Oh.
I didn't think it was bad what they did with Zelda. I just think they
They certainly dropped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they dropped.
With Zelda.
Sure.
They dropped the Zelda in that.
Well, tell you guys just I don't care. Like I said, spoilers don't bother me.
They literally drop Zelda through a.
Oh, so they literally.
What are those lazy? No, not a lazy Susan. What are those
Dumbwaiter.
things? Dumbwaiter.
Oh my god.
They drop Zelda through a dumbwaiter, and that's how.
That's
but
it.
I
Female
do-
character discovers.
now
Mm.
like if if that whole the trailer bullshit that they did, if that wasn't a
Yeah.
factor, you guys think you would have liked it more?
I don't.
Nope.
That's a good question.
I might have
I don't
actually
know.
went to watch it if the trailer didn't tell me everything.
Nope.
You know, like I may have given a shit to actually go watch it. And I'm going to watch it at home. I'm going to check it out. But after I saw the trailer, I wasn't as keen to go pay money to see it at the theater because I was like, you know, it was just too much.
It's
I
hard to
didn't
say.
watch one trailer.
And that's coming
All
from
right,
somebody who loves
all right.
spoilers. You know, I enjoy spoilers, but that was still just like, it was just too much. It would have been a lot more, had more impact had we not known going into it. And again, I haven't even seen it yet. So,
Yeah. So I think it's hard to say without properly like erasing it from your memory, but
yeah.
experiencing the twist because they kind of they mislead you in the movie, which is if you haven't seen the trailer, that's pretty badass. If you know Pet Cemetery, if you know the book, you know the original. They mislead you because Gage is in the street and the truck is coming, and you're like, oh fuck, here it is. But the father runs to get him and saves Gage, but down the road, the daughter gets hit. I
Yeah.
think, at the very least, experiencing that in the theater for a good 30 seconds, I'd be like, wait, whoa, all right, they're going
Yeah.
this way with it.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, I've
Yeah.
been saying for years though, I think Hollywood is kind of running out of ideas.
Oh, well.
And I mean, I like remakes, but I feel like they're kind of in a corner because they rather change it too much to where people don't like it, or
Have
they
you
do
seen-
the exact same thing and then people don't like that either. So
Have you seen the trailer for Black Christmas? You
Oh,
talk about
God.
change.
Oh,
No, not
God. Oh,
is it
Dude,
bad?
they totally changed it. It is.
it's dreadful. It's dreadful.
So Cassie, as the female, I'm
Hmm.
I'm gonna finally not be the white guy talking about something. Please tell me how you feel about this uber feminism aspect of the Black Christmas trailer.
Oh fuck!
Okay, wow. First of all, I think I've told you before, I identify as like an old school feminist. I mean, but it's more about equality. You know, I'm not going to go into all
Yeah.
this
Not into
semantics, whatever.
superiority, you mean? Interesting.
Yeah. But on the flip side, I'm also old school. I like the idea of I like Chris opening the door for me, and I like the idea of homemaking and stuff. So I'm a little bit of a mixed bag. But
Yeah.
this trailer is such a fucking turnoff. It just like that Ghostbusters remake. It
Ugh.
kind of picture like the horror or the horror, and plus it's PG-13, so you know it's gonna suck. I don't like any PG-13 horror. Maybe 2 films, maybe, but I don't like it because here's what it is. If it's like, in theory, I feel like a lot of the slashers we all grew up watching are feminist in theory. Even my favorites, Slumber Party Massacre, were all written by women and directed by women, feminist women. So being a final girl in its essence, in my opinion, is a very feminist thing. I think.
Fucking heroes of the movies are girls.
That's right. The girls are the stars of the show. I mean, so for me, what I don't like is that they're pushing it. It feels very forced, and if I can feel it, I know everyone else can feel it. It feels like, even the way they said it in the trailer, like sisters don't, or something, whatever it said, these sisters, blah blah blah. And I know they're referring to being fraternity sisters or
Yeah.
sorority sisters, rather. I'm sorry, but it just feels very forced. It feels very like right now that's what's going to put asses in seats. The millennials are going to love it because it's what they're all about right now.
Well, they basically give you the whole movie too, and
that too. Yeah,
they lead you
yeah.
to believe that a bunch of them are going to live and they're going to take out
Yeah,
frat
like
guys,
a cult,
like
like a cult thing or something.
yeah. And can Carrie Elways make a good movie again, please? Or
Can he
just
ever?
can he just start acting? Because in the trailer he's abysmal. Like, dude,
And
what
it's
is he
also
doing?
it's
bad.
also why Black Christmas? Like why?
Like, they could have named it something. Why didn't they name it something else?
Why Black Christmas?
Dude,
I
I
don't
don't
get it.
know.
I don't
To bring
comprehend
in-
this.
It's to bring in. It's the name recognition.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
why didn't? But I feel like the Black Christmas remake just came out. What, 10 years ago, 12 years ago? That's
Yeah,
still new.
06.
That's still new. Like that's
it's just-
not.
But it
It's
wasn't Black
weird.
Christmas.
It's
It was
like-
Black Xmas.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that's true. But
I mean,
still,
you got
Because
two
they
remakes.
couldn't have Christmas in the name.
Oh, really? Is that true?
really. Oh, they
I
could.
was being sarcastic
Oh,
because Christmas.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
Christ.
at this point, I don't discount it.
I don't.
I'm
either.
sorry, Dalton. Don't rip out my esophagus. I'll stop talking.
Well, yeah, like
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, if you
Two
want
remakes.
if you want a name that's recognized and has been kind of dormant for a bit, Warner Brothers, you fucked up Friday the 13th. You got Nightmare on Elm Street sitting there. What?
Yes.
Do something.
Why is it? You would know because you're the authority on Friday the 13th.
I'm the authority.
You're
No,
the
all right.
authority.
All right.
But is it? Are they not putting out any new Friday the 13th because of Paramount or because of
there's
the
their legal tie-up.
what is the tie-up? Everybody's wanting it. Nobody would say,
They're all fucked up. Victor Miller, who wrote the original, is trying to get credit because he wrote the Jason character.
Yeah.
And he feels he should get compensated as such for the series because Jason is in all of Friday the 13th, which technically is a thing. Like anytime you see a movie and it's based on characters created by,
it'll say that in the credits.
So Sean Cunningham lost. He lost the legal battle, but they're what's that term? Shit.
Appealing?
Appeal. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Where's my brain? They're appealing it, so it's holding it up even further, and it's just as a I don't know, pseudo intelligent person who sees what's going on with horror right now and saw that Halloween made a fuck ton of money.
Oh my god! Exactly. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
The crowd's salivating for a Jason movie.
Yeah.
Come on.
Shut the fuck up. Stop crying over the $2 million that you're not going to be able to split, and go make 50, you fucking
That's right.
idiots.
Exactly.
The highest
I
grossing
believe
horror
Jason
movie.
Voorhees is more popular than Michael Myers. I would say more famous, more infamous.
Highest grossing horror movie of all
I don't
time
know
is
if you ever
It
saw
Chapter
Halloween.
1.
Yeah, well that's 2 years ago, Felix. That's what I'm saying. We're like in this weird boom. Halloween 2018 made like 70 million opening weekend. It made more opening weekend than the entire franchise did.
Yeah.
Like in each of their movies' runs. So we're in this weird period where make the horror give us. I mean, Child's Play. I don't know why the fuck they fucked that up so strangely. Nobody wanted to talk about it, but that did not make as much money, but it wasn't a failure by technical terms.
Yeah.
What movie? I missed that.
Child's Play?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't like it?
I haven't seen it yet.
I think. Oh, and maybe not. Maybe the uncle doesn't have it yet.
No.
Slashers are my favorite subgenre of film. I'm a sucker for a slasher. I'll watch pretty much any slasher and give it a chance because I love it.
I'm a slasher DFZ horror fan.
So you do like the ones I like then. You do like Summer Party Massacre and Hide and Go Shriek and Slaughter High and Sleepaway Camp.
I just watched Clownado. Mutilator.
What the fuck?
Oh, my heart! My little heart that's tender.
Don't F in the woods and
Like
see Bubba the Redneck Werewolf.
Oh yeah, that's on the list.
Yeah,
it's right here. Oh wait, is this
Oh
important
my
paperwork?
God.
Shit. Yeah, no,
Like,
I have it here. Amazon. Bubba the Redneck Werewolf. Live reaction
it
coming
seems like we're all Friday fans.
Oh,
Are we? Are we on Friday? Oh,
I'm a
Cassie
fan.
said Nightmare on Elm Street first.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
but
I mean,
I would-
CP Friday guy.
Oh, apps are first.
Do you feel
I have
like-
Jason's tombstone right over
Yeah.
there. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, you do? Oh, you do? Oh, you've got a kitty too?
Oh, look at Felix's pussy!
Oh,
it's all gray.
Oh, you sweet
This-
baby.
This is
Oh.
Leia.
Show
Am
us
I
your
the only
pussy
dog
stream.
guy in this group?
I'm gonna get my girl and introduce her. If I can find
So I
her.
got,
Here
I
she
have
is.
Leia, Ray, and Chewie.
That's cute. I get that. This is Bale.
Oh, she's
Aw.
pretty.
He's got some big eyes.
And then,
Yeah.
and then the
Is
other
that because you're
cat,
pulling her
his name is
face or
Fat
her
Bastard.
eyes that big?
Her name's Belle.
Yeah. Were you pulling on her skin or her eyes that big?
Her eyes are that big. She's got big eyes. We both have big eyes. Here, I'll look again. Come here, baby. Come. Say hi.
But CP, since you're the Friday guy, do you feel like even if they do get their shit together and they reboot it or remake, you think the Friday storyline is kind of in a corner because they
No.
can't really change too much because then it won't be Friday the 13th.
Yeah. No.
They don't need to change anything. Just stick to the formula. It always works.
No.
I mean,
Because I feel like some people will be like, "Fuck, another Friday movie where it's at a camp."
No,
You know what I
mean? No,
Not
no,
me.
No.
Oh no, I'll be happy. Just
Um,
don't give me real boobs. I just don't want to see fake titties. I like real boobs. Real boobs. Good kill
Preach.
scenes.
No
No
comment.
Reach.
And like everybody
I
hates
like real
Manhattan.
tits. I like real tits. I like real.
I love
I like
Manhattan.
real.
Yeah, like everybody hates on Manhattan, and I get it's
fun. That's a fun movie. It's fun. I think.
yeah, it's
It's
Manhattan,
absurd.
but the boat setting didn't bother me.
Me neither. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. Like I can
Because
actually
it's
watch
like,
it.
like
It's,
Halloween fans, they hate like it has to be in Haddonfield. That's why a lot of people didn't like H2O because
Yeah.
you can't have Halloween in California. Like
So
It
I have a bit of information. If they figure Friday the 13th out, we won't have to wait long
ooh.
Oh,
for something new from Friday the 13th. If Warner figures things out and if my source is accurate, they have something ready.
Oh no, that's awesome news. That's awesome to hear.
And
Did
I
you
don't
did you just learn that, or were you like?
No,
holding out
I've
for
known this for a little bit, and
Ooh.
I really don't want to betray this person's trust.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
I'm
absolutely.
trying. All I can say is if they figure things out, there's something that's all but ready. If they just figure out this court shit, I think a lot of people are going to be happy, and it's not going to be a remake.
Cool.
that's good.
That's good. That's at least promising, or gives me some hope. Some hope is
Jason-
all we need.
Jason finds out he has a younger sister and he has to go kill her.
Or Creighton Duke says, "Hey, you know what? I've been chasing this guy for 20 years, and he's killed 120 people, and I've just been watching. I'm just tracking him down."
Oh no, the new would be like Jason couldn't even be a mongoloid. I'm not even allowed to say that word. Probably he couldn't be. He's not. He's. He can't be a mongoloid. He can't be.
No.
You know
Would
what?
be
I
a
saw-
special needs individual with
Yeah,
facial deformities.
exactly. Like that's what I was talking about with it. Like
Got it.
that term was used back then. If you're gonna have a flashback,
Yeah.
it's not like that. That wasn't what they were saying back then. Leave it in there. Like why suddenly be PC now if you're gonna talk about something that took place?
Yeah, I agree.
He's gonna have a nut allergy and fucking.
He'll be against vaccine. Like his Pamela Voorhees would have been against vaccinations, and that's why it turned out. That's why it turned out the way. Well, we've
She was
got
an
you know
anti-vax
what?
mom.
We're on a roll right now. We're on a roll.
There it
Yeah.
is. There's
I mean-
Jason's.
I love all these horror franchises, but I just feel like I don't know. Like I get the fans want to see more of the same stuff, which I mean I do too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you get to a franchise like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they're going around in circles. Like they have no idea what to do. Like they got like 3 prequels now,
And they've got like 4 timelines.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and Hellraiser can't get their shit together.
Hellraiser. Oh God.
Even though Judgment wasn't terrible, but still,
No, you're right. The
Yeah,
first two are really the only ones I love of Hellraiser. I mean, I really enjoy the first two so much. The first one is very special to me.
Oh, what was the
Um,
Texas Chainsaw that came out in 17? Was that Leatherface?
yes.
yes.
I
Yes.
liked that one. A lot of people didn't like it.
I've heard.
I thought it was enjoyable.
Blumhouse
I
doing
need to
what?
watch it.
Hoax. Hoax. What are you talking? Who? Blumhouse doing who? What?
They're doing everybody.
I mean, Blumhouse is trying to buy everything, so I need.
They are.
Like CP, you probably know more about this than anybody, but like, couldn't some other movie company just come in and say, "Well, fuck y'all, I'll just buy y'all out and make a Jason movie myself"?
Yeah, they. I
Oh,
mean,
they'd
make
have to pay everybody
a
off.
lot of money. A lot of money.
That's rights. That's yeah. They'd essentially have to George Lucas it, where they're paying everybody off.
The soundtrack
And
and
right
everything.
now they're fighting for it. So I don't. It's not
The
going to be a
chicha
$4 billion.
and the ha ha would cost millions. Or the
Yeah.
kill and die. I say chicha and ha ha. You can. I don't know, but they say kill die. I hear chicha.
It's
but
Kiki
whatever.
Mama.
Kill
Oh,
But
that yeah.
mommy.
Killed.
I know that's what it is, but it sounds
But I
like
hear.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it, that's exactly what.
I get chills up my arms just doing that. That's
Did your
how good
pussy
those
bite you?
that is.
Yeah, she stabbed me. Got me good. Didn't shave it right.
Listen, you
Oh,
can't keep your hand
man.
near the pussy like that. You gotta.
Mm.
You
Well,
gotta.
it was attacking my hand. It wanted to be pet.
Like that, like teeth.
Teeth.
Because see, you guys brought up Nightmare, and how come? Well, why ain't they doing another Nightmare?
Yeah, there's
feel
nothing
like
holding
they're
them
a
back.
little- Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're a little on their toes with that because the remake in 2010 was such a flop, and I don't think I think
had a
they're
good
afraid to
seed,
do it
though.
because they're like, well, how the hell do we replace Robert England?
No.
Well,
Figure
they
it the fuck
can.
out.
I love Robert England. Like he's daddy to me. Like love him. But I like he's daddy. I've got some things about. I've had a few dreams about him. But
Yeah.
I need to get. He wrote a memoir about 8 years ago, and I need to get it about his time in Hollywood and acting and playing Freddy. And I've heard it's a really good book. I need to get it. But
Nightmare on
I
Elm
think-
Street made $115 on a $35 million budget.
yeah,
That's triple their money back.
yeah.
I
It's
don't
not.
know. Where do I
I
sign?
think. Yeah, exactly. I feel like Jackie Earl Haley did a good job. I just don't think that it was executed well. I don't.
Yeah.
I think he's a fine actor, in fact, and I really think he's a good actor. And I didn't have a problem with him doing it at all. I just didn't like the way it was executed. It had no suspense. It didn't make me feel anything. The original Nightmare on Elm Street, again, it was my first horror film, but it also made me feel a lot. The terror of being asleep and he gets you in your dreams, that's something no one can control. When you're asleep, you're unconscious. That's your most vulnerable. They didn't play that up to me. They didn't make it feel dreamy. They didn't make it feel that mood. I didn't feel that mood in the movie, in the remake at all.
I'll tell you what, we've already kind of seen it. Those of you who have seen it Chapter 2, there's a scene where somebody's getting cut on their stomach.
Oh.
And it's very Freddy-ish.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I leaned over to Emily and I was like, "This reminds me of this right here. This is Nightmare on Elm Street. That's what this is."
Damn.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Fuck it, copy the people that are copying you. They can do it.
Yeah.
They just need to make a sick.
Yeah.
You got to have a bit. You got to bring back a bit of the sense of humor. Don't go
Yes.
full bore. You can have somebody who's sick. Look to Heath Ledger's character as Joker.
Yes.
And kind of work backwards.
Yeah.
but
And
I-
also,
I know a lot of
I
people.
wouldn't cast someone too well known either. Cast someone that's known but not too well known.
Yeah,
Mm.
I mean, I know a lot of people didn't like the whole he was a full blown pedophile angle.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that either. But it goes back to, well, they had to do something different. So
Yeah.
Plus he looked like a true burn victim.
Burn victim.
Like-
yeah, he
like-
did. You're right.
and I felt like that version of Freddy was brutal as hell. Like,
For realism and darkness, but you want to separate
Yeah.
some of like realism and theatrics.
There
Freddie
needs to
from
be a
yeah, again, with the sensitive world that we live in now, people, especially now, it could just be like, well, I know somebody who has burns, and I don't think
Oh
it's
God, you're
I don't think
right.
it's something you should exploit that somebody has burns and that they're a villain just
You're
because
right.
they have burns on their face.
You're
Yeah,
right.
but everything nowadays is just it has to be as real as possible with
This is
every
why
genre.
I watch
Well,
so many independent films and so many B and C movies just because of some of the reasons we're talking about tonight.
hmm
Um, Original things you can find there. It's like people saying that music sucks nowadays. Yeah, popular music does suck for the most part, but you
hmm
can find real musicians still in real music. You just have to look for it. Just like with if we call filmmaking tired and lame and they're running out of ideas, yeah, in the mainstream they're just recycling shit.
yeah.
But in the indie scene and foreign films, I've seen some really impressive stuff in the foreign, like Japanese horror is never out of ideas. I mean, we take ideas from them. We have been for 20
Oh
years,
yeah,
so
yeah. They make some funky shit too.
they make some funk. They've got, whoa, they make some fucked up shit. They can go really, what's that one called? I Saw the Devil. That's one I saw
Ooh.
recently. Oh my God, that was
That's a great
intense.
flick.
Yes, yes.
And have you seen Tag, which I must
Yes.
give
I have
credit to
not.
Trini? Culture Trini suggested that to me. Tag's beautiful and fucked up and it's out there. The fucking Japanese, man, when it comes to
It's
horror,
just called Tag, like TAG.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Seriously.
You're gonna have to import it because I don't think there's an American version.
I thought I saw it.
Well,
on
I'm
Tubi.
a snob. I had to get the Blu-ray from
I mean,
Eureka or some shit. So
I'm literally writing this
maybe.
down in my tablet
Oh,
right
are
now.
you talking about your uncle? It might be on. Yeah.
People in the
20.
chat, you guys ain't wrong about Kevin Bacon as Freddy. I mean, I've heard that before, but the
I've
problem
heard that
is
too.
Kevin's getting up there in age, and would he do multiple movies?
Not only that, the way he won't talk about the original Friday the 13th like it's his fucking.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like he's
yeah.
ashamed of it.
Yeah, like it's
Which is odd
his
because
brother
he's
that
done
fucked his
other
cousin or
horror.
At
some
least,
shit.
you know what? At least Johnny Depp has no problem talking about Nightmare on Elm Street. He has never had a problem talking about that. In fact, he's proud of it. From what I've seen, even in his episode of Inside the Actors Studio, he didn't take it too seriously, but he also didn't act ashamed of it, which I
Eureka
admire.
Tag has a UK Blu-ray from Eureka. I think that's
Okay.
what I own. I don't know if you have Blu-ray, DVD. What, Cassie? I'm a snob.
I don't, but well, no, Chris has got a PlayStation, so you can play Blu-ray DVDs on that. So I don't own a DVD
yeah.
Blu-ray, but he has that, so I can use his. But
Yeah, I don't know if it plays different regions in there. You might have to see your uncle about that. Do you know what I talk about? Who my uncle is when it comes to that? Well, how do you always watch your movies on discs?
I've got a lot of DVDs, so I watch just basic old DVDs, and I do have
access to the internet.
Yes, I do have that.
Okay, that's what my uncle is.
Oh, your uncle? Good
Yeah,
old
see, yeah, you talked about watching stuff on somebody talked about watching movies on Pornhub that aren't allowed on YouTube.
That was me. That was me.
So yeah, maybe Tag from 2015 is on Pornhub.
Yeah, you know what? It probably is. I wouldn't doubt it. It wouldn't surprise me. But you're talking about like torrenting sites and whatnot. I've got.
I don't know what you're talking about. My uncle's
your
a very
uncle,
nice
your
person.
your uncle Torrent.
My uncle Don W. Load. That's his name.
I have a whole spindle of burned DVDs from stuff like when we were talking about the Mutilator and Hide and Go Shriek and what is it? The Slime Bowl-orama, all these old 80s movies. I've got them all burned for me. This guy had them all on his old computer, his old PC. And there's like 120 of them. Some that haven't even been put on DVD yet. So, like The Entity. I think that's on DVD now, but I have that. Just a bunch of old goodies.
Dalton?
Yes.
Please tell me
he
about your
was phasing
fucking
out.
Blu-rays changeover.
Oh, I actually was late to the Blu-ray thing because a few years ago, actually, it hadn't been that long. I was like, well, what's the fucking point? Because I'm like,
Yeah.
well, why spend all this extra money on something
Uh-huh.
like this? Then
Ambulance
I
is the
started
same thing.
looking at it, and I'm like, you know what? It is a lot better quality, so why not?
Uh-huh.
And basically, I want to change all the DVDs to Blu-ray or 4K.
Uh-huh.
But what about?
And,
Let me
and
ask
granted,
you guys
yeah, it's why spend that kind of money on a movie you already have, but still.
for the
No.
quality. But do you guys appreciate? Like I still have my VCR and I still have VHS tapes. I sometimes enjoy the quality. Like
I don't understand that. That
it depends on the
The
movie.
throwback?
It depends on the movie. It depends on the movie. I think.
Well,
Just
a
like my
throwback.
favorite. My favorite Tarantino film is Death Proof because I like that it felt like an old drive-in film. I love that. I love. It may seem like what's the word? I'm going blank all night tonight, but it's a word like a.
Yeah, that's it. It's on Prime.
Oh, it's like oh shit.
It's on
Yes,
Prime
Awesome.
for $3
somebody
to
just
rent.
put in the chat, and speaking of The Shining, yeah, I'm looking
I'm
forward to
gonna
that.
watch that. Thank you for looking that up. I'm seriously gonna watch that. Tag. I wrote it down.
Yeah, it's out there.
There's some crazy shit. Crazy.
Yeah, I'm slowly getting into Japanese stuff that I just haven't watched.
And yes, I also want to change Blu-rays to 4Ks as well. Yes.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you might as well just skip. If you still got DVDs that are on 4K, just skip
Yeah, just
right
go
over.
straight. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Because
I don't think
I just
all.
got Casino. I'm waiting for that to come in the mail.
Oh, that comes out
Casino.
Tuesday.
Yeah, on 4K. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good film. Casino.
And
Dang.
Shining comes out in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
I don't think
October.
I don't think all the movies are going to come out in 4K though. There's going to be a lot of them that are going to top off at Blu-ray until.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's dude. We don't have a Blu-ray for True Lies yet. We don't have a Blu-ray for The Ref. Like, there's a bunch of movies, like especially the less popular ones, and if there's rights issues, like Terminator 2 has been released so many different times by so many different distributors. Like, I don't know like what their fucking rights are and like how that shit works, but it always seems like
cheap
that.
ass 4K too.
Yeah, there's like 50 fucking versions of that movie though.
And like, what's weird is, because I got King of the Monsters recently, and I love that movie, but
Yeah, I don't hate it.
I haven't
yeah.
seen it.
So I'm on a Godzilla high right now. So I got Skull Island on 4K, and for whatever reason they don't have the 2014 on 4K, but they have the fucking 98 version.
Yeah,
That's
4K.
weird. That's weird.
How the hell? That don't make any fucking sense. Like,
No.
Kapani says, "I love the money vine that is coming out of her ass." Yeah, well,
Yes.
it's for a good cause. Oh, Mark says, "Watch Audition, Cassie. It's way out of left field."
That was my first Japanese horror film was Audition, actually.
Yeah, actually,
It
Emily has.
blew my mind. A
The
little bit.
Wailing's another good one.
Who, what?
Oh,
The Wailing.
The Wailing.
Oh, I've heard. Yeah, that's on my list. Yeah.
Yep.
I
You have
like
good
Asian
taste in
horror.
film. You have good taste.
I also have like an OCD thing too when it comes to that stuff, because like when John Wick 3 comes out Tuesday, I want to get it on 4K. Well, I have 1 and 2 on Blu-ray, so it's like I have to get the other 2 on 4K.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
To make it like a real complete. Like it wouldn't
Yeah.
feel complete. I get you. I feel what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
My girlfriend gets mad at me because I'll buy like for when Star Wars comes out, I'll buy 2 copies.
Yeah.
One will stay will stay unsealed in the box, and the other one is
You guys
for
are,
me to watch.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
You
I
guys
think
are
I.
collectors.
I
I
think-
admire that.
1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 versions of Force Awakens.
Wow.
Does Star
I'm a
Wars
collector
not have a
too, but not a
giant
fan.
box set?
Not
No,
Oh.
no,
Really?
and they only have one movie. Well, they only have one of the saga movies in 4K. So watch Watch what happens next Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be so painful.
It's gonna
But you guys are collectors though, for sure. I would say,
Well,
right?
It's gonna be like $250. They're gonna have all of them in some big box, and it's just gonna be like, yep. Where do I sign?
Like
well, they're gonna do like
Bloody
you're gonna have like an R2D2 box, Darth Vader
with the discs
box.
inside.
Yeah,
That
you're
would-
gonna have
that
a
would be-
C3PO head box set, and you're gonna be like, oh.
Yeah.
The only one
Yeah.
I won't get is the Jar Jar Binks one.
Do you guys think that when Star Wars comes out, it will be up there with Endgame as far as box office?
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
Like, I'm
No,
not saying
because-
like think it'll be close or.
Oh, it'll be
It'll
close.
cross a billion.
Yeah, no, it'll cross 2 billion. Last Jedi, people shit on it, but it still made a fuck ton of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll do money. People will go and then make their little YouTube video about how much they hate it. Then they'll go again,
Yeah.
and then they'll make their YouTube video about how, on a second viewing, I think even more sucks, and then they'll go again.
Because what's the top
Second
three?
viewing.
Is it Endgame, Avatar, and Titanic?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Endgame,
That-
Titanic, and Avatar. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Not in that order, but yeah.
Oh, Force Awakens is still the highest grossing domestic film.
And I have no idea how Avatar and Titanic are that high. I don't understand how those movies made that much money.
Avatar had a bit of a gimmick with the 3D thing, with a little bit of extra money. And Titanic was just,
You had to be there. You
I
had to
remember.
Be, like, I saw it at the theater
Yeah.
like 3 times, and I
Yeah.
saw Scream at the theater like 4 times. It was around the same year. I think Titanic and Scream were around the same year.
97, yeah, around the
Not-
same period. Yeah,
That
96,
was-
97.
Yes. Yeah, I was graduating high school, and so I was at that age of like 17, 18, and Titanic wasn't.
Titanic-
It just felt
Tit-
like so massive, and now I rewatch it. It's still a good film, but it's not that same way it felt back then. There was just something about 96, 97 where it just was like, ooh,
It was a horrible film, but
The second half's great.
it made money because guys wanted to get their leg over, and girls were in love with the movie, so
Yeah,
they kept taking their girlfriends to go see it so they can get
Yeah,
lucky afterwards.
you're right. You're right.
True.
Only
I don't-
I was the cynical chick though, sitting there watching it with my ex-boyfriend at the time, and he was like tearing up, and I was like, this is some bullshit. People don't fall in love in 24 hours and then like you're gonna go on to have beautiful babies. He was like, are you heartless? What kind of heartless bitch are you? And I was like, no, I'm not heartless. I'm just keeping it real. But I was hella cynical as a teenager and in my 20s. I've softened up a bit, and since my
Speaking of
30s.
VHS, I remember that fucking movie, like the 2 VHS sets.
Yep. Yeah, you load the second VHS. That's where the fun starts.
Well, it's like watching the Godfather films on VHS. There's like same way. Yeah, you have to watch 2 different.
Try watching them
VHS.
on Laserdisc.
Oh God.
Goodfellas on DVD.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's right. You had to flip the old school. You had to flip them.
Oh,
Yeah.
my brother has that one. That's the one my brother has. Yep.
Side A, side B.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Ugh.
You get more on a damn computer disc than you did on a damn laser disc.
Mm,
Yeah.
Those things
I
are
mean-
horrible.
big metal record.
Hmm.
Holy shit! Is the time right? Is it 1:18?
Is
Yep.
it?
All right. We'll shut her down in
Okay.
12
It's only
minutes.
It's only 9:20 here, so
Oh,
I'm good.
am I the furthest
Yeah.
ahead? You guys
It's
are.
12. It's 12:18 here.
And Dalton,
Yeah,
I'm
and,
assuming it's 12 or
I'm here. I'm here till 6 in the morning. So
Yeah, you're working.
Yeah.
It doesn't, you're like, fuck, let's keep going.
Yeah.
All right, so another 10 minutes and we'll shut her down.
Okay.
But everybody's been pretty active. Kapani says, I strangled him because he refers to Dark Crystal as that bird movie.
Ooh. Yeah, those birds. They were. Ooh.
I've
Yeah,
never
like
seen
is
Dark
that
Crystal.
is that like a? I mean, I know it's a movie, but is that like a TV show on Netflix, or is it an actual movie on Netflix, or?
I don't know.
Dark Crystal?
No, the new one. The new. It just got rebooted or whatever.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't
likewise.
either.
I'll probably be talking about it on Monday. Because
I guess
it's something about it's in the news.
Yeah, Durbania. He actually has been. He did a review on it, so I might go check
Oh,
that
really?
out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Laser cats.
Laser
I
cat.
mean, yeah. I guess we could just go to the chat for the next 10 minutes. I guess. But,
Aliens.
Listen, you
Aliens?
guys are pros. This is my first time, so I don't even know. Like, you guys, let's go to the chat. I don't even
No,
I'm so.
I'm
Brandon-
too.
You're doing
I mean,
fine.
Brandon Sparks asked alien or aliens.
Depends on my mood.
Yeah, they're both really good.
Aliens is more entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. If I don't want to, yeah. If I want to be jacked up, I'll watch Aliens. If I want to relax and, enjoy the ride a bit, and
Yes.
So yeah, the Dark Crystal, the new. It's a new series on Netflix. So.
Cassie, have you seen the guinea pig films?
Oh God. Oh God. I've seen the second one, not the first one, and I don't know if there's any after that. I don't need to know. I don't need to see any of the others.
I look like that.
Stuff that's just gross to be gross, like here, I'm going to puke in a cup and I want you to drink it, or yeah, I'm just not really. That's just being gross, just to be gross. Yeah, not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's another one. Yeah.
Fuck Sallow.
Yeah. Same.
Well, they found it cheaper, so they did. Brown, white, red, bloody chicken.
Oh,
you can
pussy?
find it cheaper. Yeah.
Dog pussy, hairy pussy, stinky pussy, apple pie pussy.
And they found it cheaper, so they did.
Fuck it.
They
found it for free.
You have to say that. Fuck it. I love that.
Attention, all pussy lovers.
Cheech Marin, he's so freaking awesome in that.
Yes.
That's a good time, that movie. You watch it, you're just like, wait, what? What's going on?
Yeah.
Now it's a vampire movie? What?
Yeah.
This movie just took a left.
A big left. Yeah.
It was like an
fun left.
action movie blowing up the head of the sheriff and
yeah.
and setting the gas station guy on fire. And then boom, out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was like a really weird movie. Like, all right, they're just gonna lay low and hold these people hostage. And nope. Now it's oh look, there's Selma Hayek, and holy fuck, how is she doing?
She's beautiful. She still looks good. She just had a birthday, and I saw. She's to me one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen.
Yeah, even today, I'd eat a mile of her shit just to get to her ass. That's.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Another, I'd suck a fart out of her ass.
Oh, that's the more common one. I'd not heard what you said a minute ago. I'd never heard that. That's a good one.
Eat a mile of shit.
I'd never heard that.
I always used to say, eat the corn out of her poop to get to her booty hole. Hi, baby girl.
Yeah. And now Felix is touching his pussy. See what?
No, I'm petting my dog.
Oh, dog. Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
what
4
kind of dog
cats and 2 dogs. American bullies.
Oh, yes. I'm getting a dog again soon, I hope. But I used to have a Schnauzer and a 3 cat.
You want to take this one downstairs? And have
ask Emily if she wants to talk tomorrow. Like, have a little phone chat.
Oh my God, you're such a chick. Em.
I am.
Are you headphoneless, Em? It's 2 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. I don't know.
Oh, they're perfect. They're beautiful.
Aww.
Those babies. They're babies. They're fur babies. Oh.
Yeah. I'm one of those pet parents. Watch.
I am too. I don't have kids. I like fur babies. I'm not having kids. I just keep the fur babies.
So, Cassie, do you actually talk to Emily?
Yeah.
Talk to what? Talk to Emily.
Oh, there you are. Hey, Cassie. So, what was the first question from
I
forever
want to
ago?
talk tomorrow.
So do you want to talk to Cassie tomorrow? Sure. And if somebody offered
don't
you
get too
money to
excited.
sell your YouTube channel, what would the price be?
As it stands now, I don't think it has a lot going for it. So
But you can't use your name. You're losing everything you created on it. You're selling it and saying goodbye to it.
Braggart, Killjoy.
Yeah, Braggart, all
I
that
love
work.
Braggart. I love
Somebody
Braggart
else owns
Killjoy.
it.
I love Killjoy. I want her to come back.
She
I
just
know
said
she's
500.
been gone for so long.
500. Hey, I got 500 bucks. I'm
not too much.
No, it's too little because Felix is pulling out hundreds now as we speak. He said 500.
I'll take it for $550.
Shit, I got 496. Hold on.
Dalton's like,
No,
hey
you're
babe, text her real quick. How much can I spend on Emily's Adventure in Horrorland? Get a bid and war going.
I love it. I'm
He
still
always
getting caught up
undersells
on
himself.
Emily's videos. I love Emily's videos. I've been getting caught up over the weekend. I watched like
You got to
8 of-
watch in a specific order because she's got this
Well,
narrative.
I've been
Yeah.
watching like her. I've watched almost all of her. The ones she does in February for Stalker Month.
Mhm.
I love those. Those are probably some of my favorites. And then I like the one of you guys doing the ice cream truck. And
Fuck that movie.
I know. I want to ask
You didn't like Ice Cream Truck?
Dude, fuck that movie.
I thought it was enjoyable. I wouldn't say it's like a great film or anything. I thought it was just
It's
like
wow.
Dude, watch it
It was-
without the music. Watch
Really?
it with the music does a lot of work for that movie.
okay.
I
That
want to
might be
ask you
why.
about what in that review you're holding a container of cinnamon. Were you doing the whole cinnamon challenge at the time or something, or was that was that an Easter egg that I noticed it the whole
That
time?
was a gag because Emily was only living here for I think a month at that point, and she's like, "You fuckers put cinnamon in
in
everything," and so I was like, "All right, well,
Okay,
it was
so I was wondering what that was.
it was a bit of an inside joke that was just there, like just
Was I the only?
just
Am I the
fucking.
only one that's ever asked you that about that?
I think you're the only person that's ever noticed. Actually,
I've been. It's the first thing I noticed besides you. I was like, he's holding cinnamon. Is he making cinnamon toast? Is he? Is there something to do with cinnamon? I didn't know.
I was just freebasing cinnamon. Like that was the whole just fucking. I'm American. I'm having a cup of cinnamon. What's the deal?
The Brits put malt vinegar
on fucking
everything.
French fries.
So good. That is so good. Me and Emily are already talking about that. The fish and chips with just pork. Oh, so good. That sounds so good.
Did you ever have a doner kebab? Oh, those are so good when you're drunk.
I haven't had one. Yum.
Oh, walking out of the pub or out of the club and 3 o'clock in the morning, you're so drunk to the doner kebab stand. You see all the drunk people. It's like the doner kebab stand is like Denny's in England.
Oh. When you're drunk, stuff tastes extra good. It really does. I haven't been drunk in a long time, but
I haven't had a drink in 2.5 years now. So
yeah, I'm not. I think. Well, I had like half a beer 2 weeks ago, but I don't really drink.
Yeah. Those of us who take medication usually can't.
Yes, I've got my kratom here this evening. That's what I've had this evening.
Yeah.
That is all.
So so I
green,
found
orange. No, not orange. Green, gold, red.
So
I do green and reds and yellows or
you
gold.
mix. You don't mix.
I can mix different ones. I just don't do white. I don't do white because it's the kind that's like for energy. It makes me feel anxious. I don't do that. But other than that,
someone's racist on this channel. They don't do white.
you just figured that out? Oh my god.
Yeah. So somebody told me gold is like a mix between green and red.
Yes,
Because I take red. Oh, I hear a mating call.
Yeah, I'm taking my name off of something.
Oh, well, now we're getting into the pharmaceuticals. Ooh.
So the mailing address is.
Yeah. You can find me.
We're still live. Let me get off air before I publicly.
Start willing and dealing.
So no, wait. So gold is is like red meets green. Is
Pretty
that
much.
true?
It's
Because
pretty
red
much.
does jack shit for me, and I
Well,
I
I
want
like-
pain, and
Right, me
red
too,
apparently
me
is
too.
pain, and it does nothing.
Yeah, for me, it's like if I order powders and I capsule them myself, I'll
Mhm.
order if they don't have like depending on the vendor, if they don't have a yellow or gold, I'll
Mhm.
order some red and some green, and then I'll
And
just
mix
mix
them.
it up. And then I mix them, and that gives you the gold or the yellow, like you're talking about. So the green's going to give you a little bit of the what you're talking about. Mentally, it feels better for mood and all that. And then the red's good for pain, but it's not just good for pain by itself. I agree. By itself, it's
I-
just
This
useful.
feel
fucker's
like I'm
teasing
get-
me over here.
I feel like I'm getting freaking like my Breaking Bad freaking
So
recipe.
kratom is a leaf that is technically not
Not
illegal.
an opioid. It's
Yeah.
depending.
Yeah, there's some states that have outlawed it, but it has opioid-like tendencies
Yes.
for
Yeah.
pain. And I listen. If anybody who says that it's a good replacement for straight up opioids, yeah, you're a little ridiculous. Don't go dropping the Percocets for kratom.
Right.
It's not like that, but it helps better than Tylenol does.
Yes.
Is the
Yes.
best thing I can say.
Yeah.
But they
This
they
is
really
what I
should.
have right now. I have
what
this
is
right
that?
now. This huge.
Is
and
that
that's
is
just-
that is that tablets or is that just straight powder?
This is capsules. I bought this like a month ago, and it's Mang Da, which I'm sure you've heard of
It's
that
the
before. It's
strongest. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the strongest, and this is what. If I just want to buy it and not go through the trouble of capsuling it, then I just buy a big old thing like this of the Mang
It's
Da,
just-
and it works well for me.
Maine Dong
Mangda.
Here.
might be because I'm tired. Okay.
Yeah. Mangda.
Okay.
It's like Thailand.
It's from Thailand and shit. So
Ah.
Yeah, it's a cousin of the coffee plant, from what I
yes,
understand.
it is. You're
Well,
right.
like hemp is the cousin of the marijuana plant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'd like them to regulate kratom, especially considering they're so worried about opioids in this fucking country.
Oh, I get updates. I think a place, one of the, in New Hampshire, like there's a few states, for example, Indiana, it's not legal. Tennessee, it's illegal.
Idiots.
I'm in Kentucky, so it's still legal. Vermont, it's illegal, and there's one county in Florida where it's illegal.
I like that the big opioid states are banning it. Like, where you can fix your problem, you're banning it. Okay.
In
What- is-
Vermont, that's the most liberal state there is.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
What
West
it is
Virginia.
people I don't know what
You-
they're talking about. If you go to any article, there's articles in news stations and shit, and they're calling it like they're wanting to schedule it like a Schedule 1, like heroin. And to compare
Yeah.
those two, absolutely absurd. It is not going to get you fucked up like that. It's not going to make you nod out. It's not going to do that. But you don't know it until you're taking kratom.
It's not unlike like somebody who takes Percocet. It's
Yeah.
not like the slight, I don't know, euphoria.
Mhm.
It's not as strong as a Percocet.
Right. It's
but
not
you have a hint of it for
a hint.
for like 20 minutes. You have like
Yeah.
all right. You
Your
get that
mood
for like
just
20
a
minutes.
little bit. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it helps pain considerably better than
Absolutely.
Tylenol, fucking
Or
Motrin,
ibuprofen.
ibuprofen,
Yeah.
Aleve, all of those fucking things.
I think it's cool that I found someone else that actually takes it. I only know people online that use kratom that I've met.
yeah,
I never knew anybody.
I take too
yeah.
much apparently, from what I found out. So
If you feel okay, you're probably fine. I mean, I'm just saying I haven't. This
another pussy, more pussy.
This is Chewy.
Chewy, give me kisses. It's about time to wrap it up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Hi, baby.
Kapani, that's what it's called. There's places that have it on sale and they'll ship it to you quick.
Mm-hmm.
And there's places that sell it online. Just look it up. Kratom trial sampler. They'll send
Yes.
you like
They'll
different.
send you free samples. Yeah.
Right. And you
Of the
can
powder.
try it.
And if you don't want to, if you
Tennessee,
don't,
is it legal in Tennessee?
no, it's illegal in Tennessee. It's But if you know somebody in a bordering state that you could ship it to and go pick it up, I mean, I didn't say that or anything, but you could do that too.
Well, you know what? Kapani is with Dalton, so why don't we sign off and we can discuss other matters
Yeah.
Yeah.
off air. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody.
Thank you guys for being so cool.
I want to
Rattle-
thank all of my patrons, including Cecil, who left, for taking part in the stream and supporting the channel and having a rather interesting talk that wasn't about movies or drama. Yeah. See, it's possible. All right, so we'll see you next time when we're talking about something else. Probably another month before another one of these happens.
Yeah.
Somebody else was supposed to be in here. Somebody joined up just tonight to join us tonight and
awesome.
couldn't come in. I don't know what happened to Scuba Steve, but
I thought it was Emily.
no, she's not a patron.
Yeah.
But thanks, guys. We'll go ahead. You could close it out, Felix. What were you going to say?
Bye.